There's 3 people on here. That thing good playing.
There we go. Now we shaking and baking.
Yeah, your camera real small though.
I'll fix it. There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna look at a verse that Carl said in Minister Society. When he put Cain in, when he told Cain he had to get out.
Yeah.
Cast out the scorner. Say, what you trying to say? Oh, you can't live here, Cain. You can't live here, Cain. You gotta go, Cain. You can't live here. Say, where I'm gonna go? I don't know where you gonna go, but you can't go here though. You get your black behind out of here, nigga. Your wicked self. I don't know why is it so small on here. It's smaller over here. I guess that's just mine then. I got movie stuff. But it ain't doing that on yours. That's just mine.
Well, no, that's the live feed, so yeah, I know what I need to do. That ain't a big deal.
We're gonna get started in a moment, everybody. Sile. Boo.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop the stream for a second.
Hey, he gonna stop the stream for a moment and restart it. Let's go out to help you put that right there.
Put under.
Let's put it side up. Hey. Life doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Now eat your veggie straws in peace, man. I like veggie straws. iPhone chargers are infamous for this.
There we go.
Yeah, that's on the whole screen. Cain, I forgot what it was. Oh, that's right. He told Cain that after he had beat Carl up in front of the house. He said, you got to get out.
I just don't do that.
He said, man, I knew I was going to see dude one day. I just didn't think it was going to be the day. See, my grandfather asked me, Cain, you care if you live or die? And he say,
I don't know.
He say, I do, but now it's too late. I didn't gun that nigga down.
Did he get killed in that?
Yeah, really truth be told, the only reason why he got shot because he was going to protect the little boy. If the little boy wasn't out there,
the little boy wasn't gonna get hit though.
But he don't know that.
Okay.
I mean, I can't be mad at him for that. He don't know the little boy ain't gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying?
Rigid, man. The same way the same exact way.
I can't be mad at him for trying to save the little boy though. You know, he gave his life up for the little boy.
Oh yeah.
Because he could have been the corner and just hid from them shots, and the little boy get hit, little boy just get hit.
Yeah.
You know, he died to save the little boy.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at him for that. But I'm just wondering how you gangster niggas ain't nobody got had no fire on him but O-Dog.
Cain had fire, but he wasn't trying to shoot back.
Well, I would have done it.
Cain had fire.
These niggas coming to kill
You
us.
know Sharif ain't had no fire.
I'm talking about Sharif got lit.
And the other nigga was in the house.
Oh yeah, Sharif got hit too.
Sharif got lit up. Up. Cheeks. 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 Cheek, 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 cheeky.
You want to open this door up so they know where we at?
I already told him.
There's only one option because there's people in the other room.
What's up, dog?
What's going on, Mr. Stanley? I can't home.
What's up, man? What's going on, my friend? That's still fourth, right?
Nigga say Cain. Cain. That nigga say I ain't killing no kids. That nigga say he smoked your cousin right in front of you. And you ain't gonna do nothing? yourself. I'm gonna tell your mama. I'm gonna tell your mama on you. I'm gonna tell your mama on you. I'm gonna tell your mama on you. So,
Said Soraya.
yeah, you heard that there? You ain't want to talk no more. Tell your mama. Say, sorry, in here crying for no reason. Your mama say, I'm gonna beat you. And you gonna come at me like, did you tell my mama to beat me?
You told Hoppo to beat me. You told him to beat me. All my life I had to fight.
Man, what, it got a split screen going on?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm just fixing everything.
Got best of both worlds going on.
Oh, damn, that thing split screen.
Man, you got some dreadlocks going on?
Be nappy, man. So when the barber cut it, he combing on out. You know I ain't never combed my hair. I didn't comb my hair when I was a jit. Just keep him clean though. Well, I shoot my hair not right back up. I feel like, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? Comb my hair 15 minutes later, they be like, you need to comb your hair. I just did. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, what was the point? For real though. I say, you comb your hair be nappy 15 minutes later. Might as well. It's a nappy throat, man. You know what I'm saying? Nappy chin. You never see me with a happy grin. You know, I do that for you all the time. It's all right, though. Okay. Somebody might know who spit that and when they spit it out.
Corduroy, boy.
Got on some corduroy. Derek got on corduroy.
They definitely covert though. They so covert.
Say it was a tough week. Oh, you got a dog, boy?
What dog? You got a dog?
Shoot, rule number 1, don't have no major money in your house.
But it's cold, but you know them fleas all in that house. They jump
In there, looking for blood.
Hmm?
Look at them things, looking for blood, nigga.
I ain't know though, man. You know about it.
Niggas just gonna be having bumps all on their body. Well, I don't. Let me tell y'all something, right? Cause y'all ain't see this here. See, I'm finna address this here. I don't know if the gentleman watching. If he watching, though, they gonna hear straight from my mouth. Now, there was a gentleman, he subscribed to our page. He don't believe in the master. That's all well and good. Why you would subscribe to a page that preaches Hamashiach, I have no idea. So he made comments on a couple videos about it. He was on the stream last night. He said, oh my goodness, this man believes in JC. I'm Tanakh centered. Well, if you Tanakh centered, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? That would be me like sitting in on a meeting of homosexuals. I'm not a homosexual, and I'm going to talk about these people, that they're homosexuals, and I'm not a homosexual. Why are you here?
He might be on the fence, man.
No, not from his comments. Ain't no fence. Definitely ain't no fence.
What's going on? Like he's rushing on to you guys and your bots.
Ain't no fence. I ain't like this here fence. I just don't understand that. Like I can't pull the comments on the last videos. Or if I could, I wouldn't know how to do it. But that's what he said. I'm Tanakh centered. I'm like, okay, brother, you acting like I asked you to come around here.
Look at your company.
By whatever means, the Most High calls you to run across what we got going on. I didn't ask you to subscribe, nor did I ask you to watch. And then he disliked the video, so that's the crazy part about it too. If you didn't like it, why did you sit there and watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like he commented on one of them, that virgin birth is this, that, hey man, like you know, some people be having a lot of people, they be going back and forth on their video comments, you know? See, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Number one, because we don't solicit or advertise. So if you run across that, you ran across that by whatever means y'all calls you to run across that. You know what I mean? I ain't one for all that though. Just like I said, I just had to bust Burt balls though. You know what I'm saying? Just come holler at me. I don't care what you believe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking you because you told me that you would show me when you got your stuff together. I haven't seen it, you know what I mean? You did what you told me. Yeah, I mean, like, but I know how people be thinking though, on all seriousness though. They thinking that in the instance when they show you that you gonna be spending your time to try to persuade them to your point of view. I'm not gonna be trying to persuade you to anything. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear what your perspective is. You know what I'm saying?
And don't write past that mark because you can't see.
Oh no, I know it wasn't you, Brother Harrison. I know exactly who it was. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly who it was. Yeah, I know exactly who it was, brother. I know exactly who it was. You know what I'm saying? But
You must say, clear my name.
I know that's right. Brother Harrison say, hey, it's all good. I've been trying to get some of this good work. So that's all we here for. You know what I'm saying? But all seriousness though, I know how people be thinking because that's how most people think when you deal with this right here. And somebody say they don't really rock with this right here no more. Then they natural instinct, if you saying you want to holler at them, is that you trying to persuade them to your perspective. I'm not finna try to persuade you to your perspective, my perspective. I just want to hear what you said you got this information. I just want to see what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I just want to see what you're talking about. Like, I'm not finna be wasting my time. See, brother, doom, doom, doom. It's something that's extra stupid. I'm like, bro, that's extra stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, how hard did you research? Like everybody posting that video of that Christian dude who say he ain't a pastor no more.
Oh, yeah.
And that he, like, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. So I don't know who the nigga is, but
White dude?
black dude. But the thing is, though, is that the stuff that he's saying is stuff that a nigga was learning when I was in prison, before I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? I was still in my late teens, early 20s, selling crack, smoking weed, you know what I'm saying, on the block all day, and you so-called, see, that's what niggas problem come in at, is they done deal with this, and now they want to be scholars. You know what I'm saying? So you run across information, and the information you thinking you getting some great revelation, that junk white, though. You know what I'm saying? White, though. What? That junk, I'm talking about, it be surface stuff, too, bro. It be surface stuff too, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real though, it just be surface stuff. Everything came. I don't know why everybody think Kemet was such a great civilization. Obviously, you niggas ain't studied too much history. They did a lot of nice things as far as, you know, engineering and science is concerned. But as far as their culture and their character and how they behave, there was nothing commendable about Egypt at all. You know what I'm saying? All that spooky, crazy stuff that people was into. Now, we just seen something, right? We can't verify the story. But the story say one of they gods, Ra, if I'm not mistaken, committed autofellatio on himself. If you don't know what autofellatio is. Top himself off. And he say he created 2 offspring by this because he took that semen that he ejaculated in his own mouth and spit it on the ground. You know what I'm talking about? And out of the dust of the ground came man. I'm dead serious. That's what the claim is in the dude in this book. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I had a book, man. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's The Greatest Secret Never Told, but it was written by this white dude named David Icke. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, run with Quato Mutua. Nigga like to walk around with a chain on with a nigga with a penis size of a human being. Talking about a reptilian, look at his penis. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious though. Y'all think I'm joking. It might sound funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious though. This real information. I really read this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's videos with Quato Mutua. Google it. YouTube search it. I guarantee you won't watch them for longer than 10 minutes. Quato Mutua.
What's that?
Yeah, the nigga had a big old chain on. Well, Misraim itself don't mean land of bondage, brother Harrison. I forget what it means. I'm finna tell you right now.
I know what that means too.
Yeah, Egypt is a Greek word. They actually called it Misraim. It meant something else. It means land of Copts or double straights.
Double straights, that's it.
Land of Copts or double straights. So, like, he had in that book Because the whole book wasn't about going against the Bible. Everything that he had in his books was about going against the Bible. But one of the things that it had was all the saviors who are like Hamashiach. Now, if I felt like doing it, I could sit down and go pull all the stories of all these dudes that they say are like Hamashiach, and then you will see that they're not. All those stories are like Jesus, though, but they're not like the one that's in this book, though. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, Horus had 12 disciples. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, you all right. It's just Mizraim was the name of the son of Ham who settled that land, and then white people came through later and called it Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It's interchangeable, though. You
The
know,
root is the siege, though.
under siege.
Under siege.
Under siege. Steven Seagal, nigga. Under siege.
They said Horus had 12 disciples.
Yeah, they say Horus had 12 disciples. Say Horus baptized.
Boy posted it the other day.
Horus was born on December 25th.
Lil Bert. Lil Bert, Big Bert.
Horus was born of a virgin. You know what I'm saying? But when you actually look at the story of Horus, and then you look at the scriptures, they're not the same. What else is this? I'm trying to think. You got Hercules, Thor, Dionysus, Mithras. You know what I'm saying? All these different people, they say are like Hamashiach, and they not. You know what I'm saying? When you actually investigate, when you actually look, if you actually know Yahusha, then you're going to know they not the same. Average person doesn't know, so they see that surface information. They go based off the surface information that they have according to the word, and then they run with that, and that's why they make the assertions that they make.
You said Memphis was born on 25th, December 25th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say that. I told you, man, there was some Christians debating should you keep Christmas or not, and they say, hey, you can't show me in the book he wasn't born on December 25th. And I'm like, one, it would be Adar. Two, if you look at what was going on at the time, you're going to be able to ascertain whether he was born in the 12th month of the year, regardless of what you call it. Mm-hmm. And when you sit back and you look at it at the time that the Malachim came to her, and the time she gave birth, no. Mm-hmm. Like some people look like, oh, it was tabernacles because there wasn't no room at the end. You could say the same thing if it was Pentecost because it was a feast day, so everybody was coming through. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There was an upkeep, but then at the same time, that's in Bethlehem, not in Jerusalem. Everybody coming up for a feast is coming to Jerusalem. They ain't coming to Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. What do we hang out in Bethlehem for?
Y'all closest they could get, it was pipe.
Yes, it was pipe. So you had to get a room around here.
They gotta get a room in St. Augustine.
You gotta get a room in St. Augustine.
You gotta trek it the rest of the way. Too thick.
Nigga said, I gotta get a room in Brunswick.
Yeah, straight up.
You gotta get a room in Fernandina Beach.
For real. I know that's how it was on the low. You gotta think, man, all the Ephraim, all Manasseh,
everybody gotta come.
All them boys sliding to one city, and then it's already full of Yahudim year round. Man, they were walking from Bethlehem, all the surroundings, Jericho. They was sliding all the surroundings.
There's no room at the end. You know what I mean? But
and then they always try to say, see, the animals was in the stable. See, that's how you know it was cold out there. You ain't heard that one?
I might have. What's up, Lee? Oh my man.
Where you got that from? Because they say they was watching over their flock by night. Clearly they was out there. I said hey to y'all, bro.
I already know these are gonna be a little late. That's right.
Said hey to you, bro. Said hey.
What's up, man?
Hey, Lee.
Yeah, that's free.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
That boy got
Absolutely.
that BK on.
Hey, they got Muslim cats right over here.
Oh, yeah.
I
They
believe
can hear us through the thing.
They can hear us.
They can hear us through the thing, so let's make it loud and proud, boys.
Allahu Akbar.
Don't do them like that.
He did himself like that, nigga.
That was Ali Akbar.
You around here messing with a nigga, like Lamb Monkey. Nigga like Lamb Monkey.
Llama boy.
Llama. He ain't talking about no fire neither. Talking about he got the llama.
Llama.
That nigga want a
Llama.
llama.
Land with the llama.
Llama.
I keep the llama on me.
You know what I'm saying? You like to hear that llama make that note. Bye.
I say I sleep with the llama on me.
You know what I'm saying? Like this here boy that they sit here walk up on you, boy, say, boy, ain't nothing like that llama, boy. Ain't nothing like a llama and a 7-year-old. You gotta get you one. But you know about it.
He sleep with that llama.
Keep him. I'm talking about a llama to my right, 7-year-old on my left. What?
Call it the freaky deaky.
Yeah, freaky deaky. So we got all manner of bestiality going on in here.
Between two birds.
Oh, that would be a woman's vagina there, brother. That's not what he talking about. He said, what's a lamb monkey? He like that lamb yah-yah. That's what it was. He said, it's just like a woman. It's the same thing. Nasty, fuzzy too. You know what I'm saying? But that be the stuff though. Niggas don't really be knowing what they be following. Niggas don't really be knowing what they be following, bro.
Tell him though, he probably don't even know what that's about. He don't know that the mother be on that.
Oh, no, I mean, brother, I just say, man, he might not know. Shoot, he don't want to know. He don't want to know them A-Rab. A-Rab, nigga want to know them A-Rab say, hey, man, shoot, boy, if a woman ain't around, go home and get your little bar. Go get you some. You ain't got to kill him, shave him, get you a sweater. Get you a sweater and some lamb chops. You know, defile this lamb, talking about, I know you want to eat it. Oh, my lamb, you done ate yourself. You done ate your own seed. Go home and get your little bar.
That was funny that it was on that part. That was
Hey, sooner, you know it's on the delay. You know what I'm saying? Sooner Glover come on in
Bye.
here, man, we gonna take off. You know what I'm saying? For real though, bro. These dudes be bugging, man. You know what I'm saying? The stuff he be on, man, they be bugging. Oh, she done started walking yet? I seen her that look like she was trying to take an attempt.
Hey, little lady.
Like this here, she got a bubble goose on. She ain't used to this stuff here. That boy, I'm talking about, boy, and that hawk cutting out there too. No, somebody, my homeboy talking about, y'all need to stop, it ain't that cold out there. You wouldn't be saying this if the sun was out. Nigga, please. Nigga, that hawk cutting out there, boy. They say it's 50 degrees. That ain't 50
Nah,
degrees.
they don't say it's 50. They just say it's clean 41. When I left the house, I said
No, that what bro
41.
said they was 50. I ain't looking on mine.
Hey, where you going?
Mine, yeah, 45. Mine say 40, yep, mine say 43.
You know what I'm saying? Callahan, you know it was at a smooth photo.
Prayed the lamb when Wednesday get here. Shoot, Tuesday. Back to the 70s, nigga.
What the real feeling? 30?
Back to the 70s. That's why we live. I seen our mom talking about, man, you need to be a white Christmas, man.
Right.
Nigga, we live in Florida, nigga. White Christmas. Man, you live in Florida, man. You gonna live in Florida talking about you want to be cold. The dumbest thing in the history of mankind. That's like living in Jamaica somewhere talking about I wish it was cold. Nigga, live in the islands. Get cold around here, man. Shoot, man, let her pray, man. Crank this thing up, man. A lot of people stay to the house. They got colds and whatnot. Niggas got young viruses. Say, Kane, you can't live here no more, Kane. We got 26 XP. All right, righteous Father, Yahuwah, we thank you for gathering us to gather on our Kaddish Shabbat. Another opportunity to hear thy word and to learn of thee, to be strengthened by thy word. Look upon this people whom you have named Yasharal, to the Yahudim first and also to the heathen, all those that serve thee in Ruach and truth. That thy mercy sustain them and complete them. Remember all the synagogues and assemblies of Yahuwah, strengthen them according to thy word. Remember the synagogues, the apostles and prophets that paved the way of the faith. And send laborers into thy harvest, for the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And the word which you covenanted with our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob might be fulfilled, that we might be guided and directed by thy word. Let our minds become in the captivity of the righteousness of Mashiach, that we might shed the things of the flesh and the things of this life, that we might purge ourselves and become the sons and daughters of the living Elohim, that you might be our Father as well. Remember Jerusalem, the city of salvation, which you have chosen to place thy name, and guide us back into that place, that we might stand upon Kadesh ground, that we might behold thy face and sing praises to thee in the everlasting. And send the firstborn individual and collectively, let the love of Mashiach dwell in our hearts by faith. Guide us and strengthen us according to truth, according to righteousness, according to thy mercy. Let thy mercy sustain us, to guide us, to lead us. Let us come in service of the living Elohim, and service to one another, that the love of Mashiach might be magnified through us, and that all the world may know that Yahuwah is Elohim, creator of Shamahim and the rest. As we proceed further, Father, we ask thee for a word from on high, where truth and righteousness to come to us, that we may know him that is true, that we are in him that is true, even our son Yahushua HaMashiach. This is the true Elohim and eternal life. Father, give praise, esteem, and honor to the Most High Yahuwah by Hashem Yahushua this day. John 5:39. Let's get it, man. After that, Proverbs 22:10.
Go sit down.
Proverbs 22:10. John 5:39 says, search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. That's what a lot of people's problem is. He said, I know you ain't got it in you. Proverbs 22:10. Let's look what he say on this. Proverbs 22:10.
Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Yea, strife and reproach shall cease. He that loveth pureness of heart.
That's good right there. What y'all think he mean by that? Cast out. You know what who know what a scorner is first and foremost?
Mocker.
That's somebody that mocks, ridicules, speaks against. So he said, cast out the scorner, and what's going to leave with the scorner?
Contention shall go out.
And what else?
Strife and reproach shall cease.
Shall cease. So what you think that he could be talking about? What you really think that he could be referring to?
I was thinking about the scripture in First Peter. And he said, there's gonna be like, where's the sign of his coming? Stuff like that. Just mocking. Basically like he don't exist, like where is he?
Yeah, that'll be one of them. But he's saying specifically though to cast out a scorner. So get rid of somebody who's mocking. And you get rid of someone who is mocking. Not only will that person be gone, but the contention that they cause will be gone. The strife that they have will be gone. The reproach or the dishonor that they have will be gone. And all this will cease. That's what it say, right? Well, let's look at an example of this first and foremost. Let's look at 1 Samuel chapter 17. 1 Samuel 17:4. We'll look at it naturally before we swing around and look at it spiritually. Because what it's actually talking about, you'll actually be shocked on what it's actually talking about. I say, man, I wasn't thinking on none of that. We just were watching Minister Society. He said it, came right there on the spot. Just here, she bought it there. Oh, when he stomped Bud out, Granddaddy say, Cain, cast out the scorner, and contention and strife shall cease. Now, son, I love you, but you can't live here no more. Threw him out the house. You know what I'm saying? He got him out of the house. That's what he did, right? He threw him out, didn't he? Go ahead. 1 Samuel 17:3.
And the Philistines stood on a mountain. On the one side of Yasharal stood a mountain on the other side. And there was a valley between them. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath.
And ain't that something right? They say the children of Yasharal was on one side, and the Philistines was on another side, and there was a great valley in between them. Now, what you think that could be telling you about? Hey, get what is it? Luke 17. Go over there. Luke 17. Make sure it's right. No, it's Luke 16. Luke 16 and 19.
There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died, and was carried by the Malachim unto Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham far off with Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in the water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
I'm tormented in this flame. And what did he say?
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Tormented.
And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed.
Stop right there. He said there's a great gulf fixed that won't allow us to come into agreement. Now, we just sat back and said that the Philistines was on one side and Yasharal was on the side, and there was a great valley in between them to keep them from coming together. Now, what do you think that this would actually be expressing us if we look at it not on the natural sense of what this is telling us in Samuel, but what this really expressing, especially knowing that Philistines mean immigrants. So there was something that was stopping these immigrants and Yasharal from coming together. Yeah, because what is it basically? Exactly, an immigrant ain't gonna be what? A stranger, right? Now, we're not looking at it in the aspect that a stranger can't be saved, because we know that these Philistines were uncircumcised. If this rich man is separated from Lazarus, then guess what we're going to be able to ascertain about this rich man? That he was uncircumcised. He was uncircumcised in the heart, which would not allow him and Lazarus to be able to come and meet an agreement. He's about to get tormented. We finna read about Goliath. He about to get tormented. You know what I'm saying? So what do we get an understanding of what this is telling us if these people are about to be tormented? That there has to be a separation. You know what I'm saying? That the word is going to cause a separation between people. I'll tell you, like, we were just talking about when Tony was like, oh man, I cut all my family off. And I said, you chose to cut your family off. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to ridicule you if you choose to do it, but I'm not going to tell the next person they can't go talk to their mama or they can't go see their brother and sister. Now, if your family is committing sin and you actively participating in it with them, then you ought to get everything that they receive for you being stupid. You know what I'm saying? See, going to get Luke 14-26 just for the point of what I'm talking about. We're finna get to the point of what he's talking about. What caused that rich man to be separated? He said he lived good in his whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Say Lazarus lived poor. See, we'll look at something in James chapter 5 in a moment that pertains to that. Because it's also going to pertain to at the time where Yasharal was living at the time. They were in captivity. They were under the Philistines for all intents and purposes. They were poor. They were being humbled at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they had, even though Saul was ruling, them people came through running something. They were terrified of these people too. That's just show you how the lack of faith our people had too. They were terrified of these people. Go ahead, bro.
Luke 14, verse 16.
26.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, in his own life, he cannot be my disciple.
You can't be my disciple. Now remember, right? He said hate. So does that mean, see that Jesus guy, he's telling you to hate your parents? That's nowhere in Torah. He just told you not to put him before him. Because he just told you to hate yourself. So you're supposed to be walking around beating yourself up or something. Go ahead.
And whosoever does not bear his stake and come after me cannot be his disciple, my disciple.
Hold on, bro. Could you type and tell him that absolutely we believe in the Mashiach without question, unwavering, no doubts with that whatsoever? Jesus Christ, we don't know nothing about no Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? But Yahushua HaMashiach all day long. All day long.
Again, whosoever does not bear his stake and come after me cannot be my disciple.
So if you're not even willing to deny yourself from sin and iniquity, then you can't be his disciple. That's why I like, and that means his taught one. Ain't nowhere in the world that this man can be able to teach you anything if you're not even willing to sacrifice your flesh and to walk away from iniquity. Which is what we read last night. He said he humbled himself and became a servant, even humbled himself to the death of the state. So if you're not even willing to become a servant, then he can't teach you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see that. Go ahead, bro.
For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient
to pay
to finish?
Go ahead.
Lest happily, after he have laid the foundation, is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him.
I done told y'all that before. People be sitting back ready to mock you if once you done got started on something, you don't finish it. Go ahead.
Saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Or else while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassadors and desired conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple.
Hold on, bro. Let me deal with this, bro. Man, then stop watching then, bro. Nigga don't care nothing about that. What you talking about, man? That doesn't make any sense. Are you devoid of brain cells? Did you smoke them all up? You know what I'm saying? Are you drunk or something? You know what I'm saying, man? Call us what you want. Why are you watching it? Nobody asked you to do it. Proceed.
We're at 32. Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple.
So you're going to have to be willing to give up everything that you have. See, that's what Yashariah, see, that's what his problem is. See, he don't like Hamashiach, probably because he like to commit sin. See, every person that I say that don't believe in the Mashiach likes to commit sin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, this man ain't commit no sin, therefore there's a standard that you must keep. Because the man told you if he wouldn't have came, then you wouldn't have had no cover for your sin. Now he done came, you ain't got no cover. Now you have no excuse for sinning. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you can call my phone. See, it's, hold on, I do it to you. I do it real slow too. Hold on. See, it's 9, and it's 0, and it's 4, and it's 4, and it's 0, and it's 1, and it's 9912. And you can holler at me whenever you want to, because I'm telling you, you don't want these problems.
Or pull up.
He can't pull up, he's not here. You don't want these problems. You know what I'm saying? Because you come with that Christian stuff if you want to. I ain't never been in a Christian church day in my life. My mama right there, she could tell you. You know what I'm saying? She could tell you. I ain't never been in no Christian church. I never been to a Sunday service, nigga. Do you know what I'm saying? That's real though. Have I ever been to one? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, my mama sitting right there, she tell you. She ain't never say, all right, y'all, we got to go to church today. Got Wednesday Bible study, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised on that. I smoked weed, sold dope, and stole from KFC and McDonald's. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? That word came, well, I know that. See, that stuff them other brews be talking about, that stuff them Christians be talking about, boy, I'm not on that. So before you make a statement, you might want to do some diligent research and know who you dealing with before you end up making yourself look real foolish. Now, continuing on, because this let that be known. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Duval County. I say it to you again. 904-401-9912. Holla at me at your leisure. We just finished reading that. Now come on back to 1 Samuel chapter 17. Yeah, shoot. We always been on that. We Yahudim all day long. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't have told that from the 3-4 videos you commented on. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. Ain't no disrespect, but that's what I'm on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me.
We're at 17 verse 3.
You can type that phone number up there for him again if you want to.
And the Philistines stood on the mountain on the one side, and Yashariah stood on the mountain on the other side. And there was a valley between them. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines
now
named
the word
Goliath.
Champion there, you know what the word is Ish. You know what Ish is, right? A man or a husband. Go ahead.
A champion out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. And he had a helmet of brass upon his head. Helmet of brass.
Keep that in mind. What else he had?
And he was armed with a coat of mail.
Mail. You know what that mail is? Let's see what that is. Hold on. Get the word for mail there real fast. What's going on, y'all? A scale of fish or water animals. Basically, he walked around with a metal plate. Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying? It's exactly, it's gonna look like Dagon the fish god. Go ahead.
And the weight of the coat was 5.
Hold on. Let me say it for you real slow. Yes, if you don't believe in Hamashiach, you love sin. Clearly. Matter of fact, since I said that, right? Go get John chapter 3, verse 18 for him. Clearly you do. Because this man say, whoever don't believe in this man, I will require it of you, right? I mean, you got to do what he tell you to do. This man told you not to commit sin ever again, period. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who came before this man committed a sin. See, you know, everybody, that means, you put it this way, right? Don't the book say there's a just man that sinneth not? There's not a just man upon the earth that sin not? That means can't nobody go to hell then. That means he got to let everybody in. That means he got to let Ahab in. That means he got to let Cain in. He got to let everybody in because there's no standard to hold these men to.
And Amalek.
He got to let Amalek in. He got to let all your enemies in. One man come through, look here now. Now somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay. That means because he done paid that price. This is what dude don't understand. They want to scream. You don't want to deal with that. All we got to do is repent. Well, now you don't know the law because the law says some blood got to be shed. So who blood is it going to be? Because the book steady say when you commit a sin, let it who be upon who? Your blood be upon you. So that means so me saying I repent ain't gonna cut it. Because if you kill somebody, then some blood got to be shed to atone for that, what you done did. You just slept with somebody's wife, you like to beat your meat, you like to tell lies, it's some blood got to be shed for that. Because again, if we say no, then the law is a lie because he said blood must be shed.
So you got to have somebody be sacrificing animals.
You know what I'm saying? And if you sacrifice an animal, you're going to hell because you're doing right wrong. Because you ain't got no altar. You ain't got no Levite. You can't do it according to how the man told you to do. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hear none of that there, man. Because, boy, if everybody can live right, then that man wouldn't even have to come. Niggas so stupid to think that these crackers wrote this man for us to believe in. They don't follow it. They don't even preach it. Why niggas so dumb? You believe everything a stupid nigga tell you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just be pissing me off. The white man wrote you that. You niggas get these crackers way too much credit. You know what I'm saying? They wrote you something about somebody they don't even follow. They don't even believe. These people tell you don't whoop your kid, they believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ got his butt whooped. His daddy whooped him. Man, I thought that'd be crazy, man. Niggas gotta stop being so dumb all their life. Come on, bro.
John 3. See on John 3.
See, I don't believe in European tech. You believe it's a European tech because a stupid nigga told you it was a European tech. A nigga who love to commit sin told you that. Now we sit down with these same stupid Europeans and show them Yahushua HaMashiach. They're going to be looking at you like this here. I never knew that before. I don't believe that's talking about that. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. I'll tell you right this here, man. I do this for real, not for recreation, not for play. I don't care if niggas like me. I don't care if nobody watches. Nigga, we gonna drop that. Nigga, we put this dope on the street. Nigga, you niggas used to dealing with water whip. I ain't them Israelite niggas you used to dealing with, bro. Go holler at them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You want to get something, you can come holler at me. If not, stop commenting, get off the stream, go to your house, and do what you do. Come on. Not time for that, man. That's nonsense.
John 3.
That's nonsense, man. That jump be making me hot because I used to jump. I'm talking about, you know what? I used to be that dumb. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say they wrote the Europeans wrote the New Testament, then what's going to stop your stupid behind from saying they wrote the other half of the book? That's how dumb we is. The nigga could use that logic. Because that's what's going to be next. Oh, they wrote the whole book then. A book that condemns them. That same European text you say they wrote condemns everything that they do. Everything that they do, who's stupid enough to write a book that condemns them? Do we have any type of brain cells and common sense to even think about that? Who writes a book that's going to condemn me? I like boys. I'm going to write a book that say...
He's saying because it was written in Greek, that's why he believes it's...
Oh, my life! So, and then the word part was, it wasn't specifically written in Greek. That's not even, I wouldn't care if it was written in Patois. It's condemning their behavior. And it's not even preaching the Mashiach that they preach and follow. The Mashiach they preach and follow say you can sin all you want. The one in the New Testament say you can't. You know what I'm talking about? That's the difference right there. That's the killer right there. They say, Jesus loves you. Just say you're sorry. And see, that praise the Lamb. See, that's what we're dealing with today. See, that man got rid of sin. See, that's what that Proverbs 22 and 10 is actually talking about. See, I'm going to get to you early, then I'm going to run it down. It's talking about how he got rid of Satan. Because who is the scorner? Satan. Who brought strife? Satan. Who brought contention? Satan. Who brought reproach? Satan. So we got to cast him out so you can cease. And the word for cease is Shabbat. We know what that is. That's rest. Now, you go ask a Christian, tell you that. Come on.
You want John 3?
John 3. 3 and 18 for the gentleman now. 3 and 18. How you doing this? You all right? That's a nice jacket you got on. I like that color. Go ahead.
He that believeth on him is not condemned.
He that what?
He that believeth on him is not condemned. But he that believeth not is condemned already.
Already.
Because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Elohim.
That means you done broke Deuteronomy 18. Come on.
And this is the condemnation.
What's the condemnation?
That the light is coming to the world.
That faith is coming to the world because we know that's going to be a mot right there. Faith done came in the world. He told you in Deuteronomy 32, this is children in whom have no faith. You don't believe nothing I say. You don't believe nothing. I showed you all these miracles. You know what? That's what it's going to kill me, right? Because these niggas could have been in the wilderness, seen them kill the firstborn, all that. You would have been back there talking about, we ain't got no food to eat. We ain't got no food to eat. Come on.
And that the light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light.
They love to sin.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because their deeds is evil. Come on.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
They hate the truth.
Neither cometh to the light.
And they ain't going to come to it.
Lest his deeds be reproved.
Unless you be corrected. Roaches, nigga. What do roaches do when you cut the lights on? They scatter. That's what niggas do when the word comes. They scatter. Come on.
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
Why they come to the light, sir?
That his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrought in Elohim.
So that means a man gonna come to a Mashiach that they can show that how they live is that they work is according to what Elohim say do. That your faith and your hope might be in Elohim. That's all Hamashiach came to do, was to make sure you put your faith and hope in the man who son it. Do you know what I'm saying? That was his whole point. I just had a nigga today, but salvation. I say from sin and death. That's only half of it. That's the only half that matters. It's only half that matters. Niggas so stuck on getting delivered from America and where we at. So what you get delivered here and you get cast out at the last day, what good was it? See, that's what the thing that you missing is that the new covenant, what Hamashiach came to do was free you from sin and death. Because that means cast out the reproach. Somebody's got to get the sin off you, clown. Because if not, you got strife with Elohim. You can't come to him. You can't come to this man with no spot, wrinkle, or blemishes. Now you show me how the old covenant gonna do that. Show me how some fringes gonna do that, nigga. Show me how a bull and goat gonna do that. Show me how a temple gonna do that. Show me how some diverse washings gonna do that. That's what I need somebody to show me. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the right one there crunk me up. I don't know where that nigga, I'm from Duval County. I don't know where these niggas from. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the niggas you used to talking to. I don't know where them niggas from. We don't play that junk around here, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas not on that. We hold it down. What they call our city, the banger. Where we hang them. We'll bust you up, hang you right up there like they did Saul, nigga. Hang you on the tree, nigga. Let the birds come eat your flesh, nigga. Come on, 1 Samuel 17. That's what we do where I'm from. I'm going to cut you with this book. I'm going to say you this word and keep it pimping. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really care what you do after that. Straight up.
1 Samuel 17:5.
What did he say?
And he had a helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with the coat of mail. And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass.
Brass.
And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders.
Now we looking at your husband got this on, right? Now give me Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. I mean, you need to put that same stuff your husband got on. Guard yourself. You need to guard yourself. You need to guard yourself. That's what you need to do. Guard yourself. Protect yourself. See, I'm going to tell you something, right? And we're going to get to it. Most brews, all they want to do is make a Mashiach equal with the law. Or make the law above him. Mashiach's above the law. The man told you he said his word above everything. And you sit back and you look at it and you understand that the word was with Elohim and the word was Elohim. In the beginning with Elohim, and this man's name is called the word of Elohim. It's because he was set above that, because he's the encapsulation of what it's about. This man never really cared about you following no instructions. That wasn't his intent. His intent was for you to trust in him and hope in him, and through that you would keep his instructions, because it would be natural for you to do so. I've told y'all this before, and I'm going to tell you this again. You cannot love someone whom you do not trust. How can you love someone who you do not trust? See, we love to scream love is to keep the commandments, and that is true. But how else are you going to love someone who you don't trust? Because if you don't trust them, then you won't trust their plan to follow it. You know what I'm saying? You see people all the time be married to somebody they don't trust. You see how they married go. You see how it go. It don't go well, do it. Because there's really no real love that exists between these two people, because they don't actually trust one another. And this is why people fall off from Hamashiach, fall off from Yahuwah, because they actually don't trust him. Because if they trusted him, they would be in him. And they would follow him. Because their hope would not be set in some instructions. Their hope would be set in he who made promises. And then knowing that, I done told y'all this before, man. Your hope wasn't in, oh, if I get straight A's, my mama go. You was doing it because of the promise that was made. You believe this person would fulfill what they said. You had to believe the promise of the $100 for straight A's before you even set forth to do the work to get the straight A's. Because if you didn't believe your people were going to give you the money, then you wasn't even going to do it. Some of y'all done had parents that promised you stuff if you did this here, but you knew they wasn't people of their word, so you didn't even put forth the effort to go do it. Pop say, yeah, boy, I'm going to come through and see you. Be around there at 3:30. All right, I'll be at the basketball court. I know Pops ain't sliding through. You know what I'm saying? I know he just talking. But that man say he's not Elohim, is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of a man that he should repent. If he say it, shall he not do it? So you have to believe the promise that he made for before you even step forward to doing the work. Niggas think they're going to be saved because you keep the Sabbath. When King David definitely prayed to Yahuwah and said, let that tray that table that's supposed to be for their benefit be a snare and a trap. Say, let that be for their good. Let it be for their destruction. I'm going to pull that in a minute. Go and finish that out. The whole first Psalm. I'm going to read that Psalm 69 to you right now so y'all just think I ain't just talking. Psalm 69. What is it about? Verse 22. I just want y'all to hear that real quick. Like. Listen to what he tell you. Psalm 69 and 22. Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. Guess what? Hamashiach was supposed to be for your good, for your welfare. Now he done became a trap. You know what I'm saying? Now don't give me, let me clarify my statement. It's real good before I say this, before we proceed. He got Ephesians 6 and 10 as well. I understand why people feel like white people wrote it. I can even understand his perspective of saying because it was written in Greek, he feel like that they wrote it. Even though at that time, that's the occupation that we were under, and that's the language that they were speaking. That would be no different if we would have been in the time of Egypt, we probably would have spoke their language. Does that make it any less Abarim because they were speaking the Egyptians' language? Are we any less Abarim because we speak English and not Hebrew? So we can't get caught up in the language that something is written in because we don't speak Hebrew right now. Does that mean that we're not Hebrews, that we're not the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because we don't speak that tongue? No, it doesn't. Does that mean if Yahuwah was the inspired man to speak right now, does that make that word any less valid? No, it doesn't. So we have to actually slow our minds down to sit back and look at why do we have that rationale that, oh, if it wasn't written in Hebrew, it can't be valid, even though, with the exception of most of Paul's epistle letters, those gospels were written in Hebrew. But that doesn't mean anything, though. What's the meaning is what these texts are actually speaking about and what they're pointing to. And that the problem is, and I'm not referring to this gentleman here, is that men who teach the word are not skillful enough to cause people to understand the word. So that's where all these discrepancies and fights and all this stuff come from. But these things must be. These things must happen in order for this man's will to be fulfilled. See, our problem is we steady think it's about us. It's about him. And what he want done at the time that he want it done, when he want it done, to whom he want it done to. That's why I told y'all that last night. Everybody is with who they supposed to be with. When I say with, I'm talking about the people that you deal with. You know what I'm saying? Even to a certain extent, people are married to the person that they're supposed to be married to, whether it be for right or whether it be for wrong. You know what I'm saying? You in the physical location that you're supposed to be in. You know what I'm talking about? And you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Now, whether it be for your salvation or damnation will yet to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? An individual knows what they're doing and the direction they're going though. You do know that. You know what I'm saying? You do know that the company that you keep is going to be a reflection of your heart. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Because we just talked about that. The reflection of your heart is going to show in your actions, and the reflection of your heart is going to show in the people whom you like to hang with. Period. That's what the book says. You know what I'm saying? If the reflection of your heart is faith in the Mashiach, you're not going to hang with people who don't. Not that you wouldn't have a conversation with them. Not that you wouldn't have a discourse with them. Not that you wouldn't even eat with them. You know what I'm saying? But you would not roll with them. See, there's a difference. See, that's what people get the game twisted at. Just because I don't agree with you does not mean that I can't sit down and have a conversation with you. Does not mean that you couldn't even come to my house and get something to eat and that I wouldn't feed you. You remember when we was on that show and that dude said you wouldn't consider me your brother? I said, absolutely not. He said, how could you say that? Do you want me to say it fast or do you want me to say it slow? I said, you're my kinsman according to the flesh. Just because I don't consider you to be my brother according to what the book says does not mean if you were naked that I would not clothe you. Does not mean if you were hungry that I would not feed you. People automatically hear that and assume that you would treat them as if they were subhuman. And all that is a reflection of how you operate. Because I didn't say that. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you assume that I would behave that way, that leads me to believe that you would behave that way. You know what I'm saying? Then sometimes people get upset because, oh, they feel like you have a negative perception of them when their perception of you is based off your behavior. Not based off what a nigga said, not based off what a nigga think, but what you do. So if you don't want people to have a negative perception of you, then change your behavior. And then they wouldn't be able to do that. Most people don't want to look and find negative in people unless they're just miserable. But if that's all you're giving somebody, then what do you expect them to do? You know what I'm saying? If you sit back and you want your people to hear the word, and all you've been doing is acting like a nigga, how do you expect them to look at you and to look at the person who you claim you serve? What you expect? Where you at, man? Ephesians 6 and 10.
Finally, my brother, be strong in Yahuwah and in the power of his might.
That's what, even though we sit back, we looking at our idolatry, don't get it twisted. Goliath was strong in Dagon in his mind, wasn't he? And in the power of his might. We're looking at this because of what he has on is exactly what Paul is about to state. So we can, because we're looking at, it says champion in the English, but really just says it's your husband or man. So you see a man who's girded. And we turn around and we can look at a Mashiach, and he was girded in the same fashion. Because he took with him a coat of mails. He had a sword with him. It was a sword of the Ruach, though. He took the word with him. See, he was girded up in that same battle array that Goliath had on. That's what your husband was clothed with. And Paul is telling us that we need to clothe ourselves with, because we don't actually need to put a helmet on. We don't actually need to put a breastplate on. You don't actually need to put all this stuff on you. You don't actually need to walk with a physical sword in your hand. You need to take that with you in the Ruach. And therefore you can be able to defeat all things. Go ahead. Because the reason why I mention this is because this is how he's going to be able to go to cast out the scorner. But then we're going to turn around and look at it that when David actually cast out this scorner, and we'll see how the strife and the contention and the reproach stopped. And how he took something that was weak to destroy something that was strong, like we talked about last week, if you remember that. Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of Elohim that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the adversary.
You know, and David put all that stuff off, and then guess what David did? He put it off. Say, I hadn't proved myself worthy enough to wear it. See, before you can even put that stuff on, even before you can put a Mashiach on, remember how we talked about on Wednesday? Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith or not. Prove your own self. You know what our problem is? We want to run and put the armor on. You ain't even proved yourself yet. Prove yourself to even that you worthy. That's how humble David was. Again, resembling the child of a king. This, even with a Mashiach, he put off the coat of mail. Put off the armor or the body that he had in Shamahim and put on the body of, I haven't proved myself worthy to have this on yet. I need to put that off and prove myself. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
That's what Goliath is representing. That's what he's representing. Because David let it be known he wasn't fighting to get no flesh, but he didn't see this nigga. He didn't see this stranger. Because you got to understand that Satan is a stranger. He's a stranger to anything that's right. And we got to get you from around here. Because there's strife and contention and dishonor going on around here because you here. Go ahead.
And against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Elohim, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Done all to stand.
Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
See, that's the whole key thing is dudes look at the gospel of peace as just being, you know, love, brother. I don't want no contention with you. The gospel of peace, or destroying the authority attached to chaos, is preaching that cast out the scorner. And contention and strife and reproach will cease. So you're supposed to be showing how this man caused sin and death to cease, to stop. You can't show nobody that with the law, because the law didn't stop sin and death. It didn't stop the strife. It didn't stop the contention. It didn't stop the sin. It was never intended to. Go ahead. And see, y'all, we got 3 words out there coming up out that sentence. Most I will, and we're going to get to them.
Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
See, that's the whole thing people ain't got. You ain't got that shield of faith up, so you can't quench these people's stuff. See, it was something I was looking at. You ain't even know I was looking at it. I was going to drop it last night. They didn't even do it. When you talking about the battle ain't mine. See, it's one of them things like, that's what we thinking. You thinking every fight yours. Sometimes you ain't supposed to fight. You supposed to just sit back and let that man do what he do. Sometimes you fight. Sometimes you don't.
Harris asks, what is the evil day?
Oh, judgment. Judgment. That's judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's the day of Yahuwah. He says, is it not darkness? Is it not light? He said it's like a man when a man put his hand on the wall and get bit by a snake. Or when he ran from a lion and got met by a bear.
Great and terrible day.
Great and terrible day. And guess what? That evil day ain't just necessarily that last day. That evil day could be the day you lose your life. Because if you wasn't right, that's going to be an evil day for you when you wake up. That's why from day one, since y'all know me, the imperative is to preach faith to y'all so you can receive the Ruach. Once you believe, walking in the law is nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's where you could get in situations where you could find where you would do something that would contrary to the word, but you couldn't do it, even if you wanted to do it, because it would be something that would be restraining you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that. I sure would like to. You might even come to the precipice of falling off that cliff, but you turn around and go back, though. I ain't finna dive off now. That's just what's going to happen. Because if you don't have a Ruach, you're going to hell. That goes for everybody. Every man, woman, and child under the earth, you're going to hell. Because there's no life in you. That means Elohim is not in you. Go ahead. Bro got off the thing. Go ahead.
And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Ruach, which is the word of Elohim. Praying always with prayer and supplication in the Ruach, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all the Kadeshim.
So it's like I said, everything that you do, you're supposed to persevere. What I told y'all last night, people be quitting too soon. See, when I'm gonna tell you something, right? If you ain't got no perseverance, that's the sign of low character. Be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to quit. There's nothing to quit. It takes something to keep going, though. Even when you don't want to keep going. Go ahead.
It says, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel.
He said to open his mouth what?
To make known the mystery of the gospel.
Boldly, though, right? And he said, I ought to speak the word of Elohim boldly as I ought to speak it, right? So let's come back to 1 Samuel 17. I don't know. I think David might have just came and spoke real bold to this man later on down the line. I think we stopped about verse 8. We don't want to spend too much time on it.
And he stood and cried unto the armies of Yasharal and said unto them, why are ye come out to set your battle in array? Am not I a Philistine, and ye servants of Saul? Choose you a man for you. Choose you a man for you.
So this is what this Philistine saying. He got some balls, don't he? Y'all pick somebody. What else he say?
And let him come down to me.
And what he said?
If he be able to fight with me and to kill me.
If he be able to fight with me and kill me.
Then will we be your servants.
Whoa. Then we'll be your servants.
But if I prevail against him and kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us.
What you think this means by Goliath's statement? He said, this Philistine speaking to Yasharal, he said, if you could choose out a man to send down here that could kill me, we'll serve y'all. But if I can kill him, y'all serve us. What you think he means?
He that don't kill his flesh is serve his sin.
Let's look at something. Romans 6 and 16. Make it 12 though. And after that, John chapter 1. He said, choose a man. So somebody, he said, he's telling them, choose somebody to come romp with me. Who want to come romp with me? He said he's the original Jamaican Don Dada. That's what he said, right? He was talking real greasy. But you seen what happened to him in that movie, though. That nigga got murked, though, didn't he?
6 and 12.
Yeah, 6 and 12.
Romans chapter 6, verse 12. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin, but yield yourselves unto Elohim, as those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto Elohim. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace.
This is the whole key thing they sitting back looking at. This man trying to have dominion over these people. Go ahead.
Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness.
So that means we're going to need to get rid of this scorn, because this scorner's talking crazy, ain't it? Get Revelation 12 and 9, I want to say, before we look at John 1. Because we know there was a man chosen for the job.
Revelation 12 and 9.
Revelation 12 and 9.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
He was what?
He was cast out.
You see that's the word right there for cast out. We'll get to that in a minute though. Because that's the first thing he say, cast out the scorner, right? Let's see what he say about this scorner. And we're going to sit back and show you how he is a scorner too. Before we even get to John chapter 1. We're going to go to Job chapter 1 after this Revelation 12. Go ahead.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his malachim were cast out with him.
Cast out with him.
And I heard a loud voice saying in Shamaim, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our Elohim, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser,
The what?
accuser of our brethren is cast down.
He's what?
Is cast
He
down.
cast out then, ain't he? So you still got to, wouldn't you think an accuser be somewhat of a scorner, a mocker, ridiculing somebody? Now let's go to Job chapter 1. What's going on, Brother Dap? Let's go to Job 1. What verse we want? Probably about 3. Let's look and see what Satan do to Job. Let's see if Satan become a scorner and a mocker here. He got to be cast out. That's right. Job 1 and 3. What character we got right here, man? For the cast out. What's the first character we see?
Gamal.
Who remember what that means?
Gamal.
Huh?
That's Gamal.
What do you say, Sam?
To walk into God.
The gather. Then what's the next character we got after him? The Rosh, right? What's the head, right?
Chief.
And then what we got? That's the
Hey, Will, just say that garage. That's how you say that word?
yeah, that's the garage. That's the word that right here is garage. Cast out is garage. And then what's the last character we got? What you want?
Sean.
Son. And that's consume, right? Consume or to destroy? Yes, baby. So basically, you can't have this, baby. I'm using it right now. Don't come over here with that crying either. I'm gonna tell your mama on you. So, no.
Go sit down. Hey. Sit down in your chair.
So, with that being said, what do we take from this sentence that we would get from these 3 words? So you're gonna get to, it's got to be the chief needs to be gathered to be destroyed. That's what casting out is talking about. You just read that in Job, that's what he said. I mean, in Revelation, he said he cast him out. But he wasn't destroyed at that time. Now let's look at Job 1 and 3. Because remember now, Proverbs 22 and 10 says to cast out the scorner. So you already seeing from Revelation 12 that he was cast out from on high. You know what I'm saying? Why was he cast out from on high? Because he said he was accused of the brethren. So guess what he was doing on high? He was mocking and ridiculing men then. And we also know that Job's story is a parallel to Hamashiach. So that means Satan was mocking the master on high as well. Well, that nigga, you do this to him, he'll curse you to your face. That's what he gonna do. Him trusting you like that. That goes again to what we were talking about how people can discourage people. See, some people try to say people discourage, and then when they telling them about they black behind, ain't nobody discouraging you and you wicked or you doing something stupid. Don't try to throw that up. Don't try to play the victim role. Don't try to act like no little woman and not be a man and take responsibility for what you're doing. If you know you're doing something and somebody telling you, hey, bro, that was real dumb what you did, and they letting you know that, no one is discouraging you. You discouraged yourself before they even said something to you because you were stupid enough to go along with that thought in your head to go do it. Go ahead, Job 1 and 3. That's what a lot of black people problem is. They always look for somebody to blame for their own stupidity and bad decisions. That was your bad move, man. Man up and accept that.
His substance also was.
Make it 6. You got time to read it. Job 1 and 6.
Now there was a day when the sons of Elohim came to present themselves before Yahuwah.
You know what's funny with that right there? Keep on reading though.
And the adversary came also among them.
You know what's funny is dudes read that and see Satan was a son of Elohim. He did not call him a son of Elohim. He said the sons of Elohim and Satan. It's not and a conjunction word that makes a separation between two different things that they're separate. I don't know how to, I'm talking about dudes be so smart they be dumb. It says before Yahuwah and Satan came among them. That means if he's among them, that means he's not counted as one of them. Or he would have been included. There would even been the need to make no separation. It would have said the sons of Elohim presented themselves and Satan spoke. You know what I'm saying? They made sure and clearly to make sure there was a separation between him and the sons of Elohim. You can't be a sinner and be a son of Elohim. Sons obey their father. Satan does not obey. He said, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do, for he's a liar from the beginning. Who would say he hate all liars. So clearly Satan cannot be a son, because he likes to tell lies. Then he said, the lust of your father, what are the lusts of Satan? But the lust of the flesh. So clearly Yahuwah could have not birthed him. He's got another, he's an illegitimate child. He's a bastard. Meaning he made him, but ain't none of my son. Y'all done seen people say that, their son come home and say, Daddy, I'm a homosexual. I have no son. I birthed him. I ain't got no son. Ain't got no son. You can't do him like that, Jerome. I can do him like that. I ain't got no son. So you know that's what black people. Well, I seen a video, a movie one time though. It might have been a real story. Dude came home, told it was some Latino people. Dude came home, told his daddy he was gay. Pop fired off. Bop, 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 bop. He came in there with a wig and a dress on too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
He said, you don't come to my house with that. Whoa, whoa. I said, oh man, he beat him like a slave. I'd have beat that nigga too though. Yeah, man. There ain't no chain come through the door. You knew better than bring your sister sweet booty behind around here.
Man, he can't come around now.
Y'all come around here telling me that. Oh no, you can't come around here. Cast the scorner out. And everything gonna cease. Won't you bring your faggot butt around here? You need some food? I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I bring it to you. Don't come to my house though. I drop him off. You can't come around here. I drop it off now. I ain't gonna never say I ain't gonna feed my son now. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna cut. You need me now. You know what I ain't gonna say.
Everybody need a hot bath.
Shoot, boy, you better find somewhere to get it at. We needed a hot bath too. Our daddy said you can't stay here. You done defiled my house. You niggas gotta move. I'm just following the framework. Don't you bring your faggot butt around here no more, boy. I ain't talking about no bundle of sticks neither. Don't you come around here. Ain't no different. My son around here home. I come home to my, you done had 5, 6 women in my house. Oh, son, get your old all bread sweet to a whoremonger behind up out of here. You can't live here. You cannot live here. Well, it ain't no just because you no homosexual. You can't live here. Oh, you definitely can't live here. You around here lying to my face. Oh, son, you gotta move. Oh, you gotta move. You can't live here. Because if you want to be grown enough to do grown people stuff, then you grown enough to go pay some bills then. I look at it. You want to make grown people decisions and grown people moves, pay grown people bills. Because you're not going to stay. I already told you about that. Ain't nobody getting freaky in this house but me and your mama. You definitely can't live here. You definitely can't live here. Not here. I come in here, my house smell like shame and sex. Somebody got to move. Somebody's got to move. And it ain't me, nigga. You seen that movie there, cuz got butt, what he told him to do?
What's on the step?
Well, you got to move. Don't come in here tell me I need to move. You gonna talk disrespect for me where I pay rent at? Then you gonna jump up on me like you want to fight? And I'm gonna let you stay here after that. Okay. I don't care where you live at. You can live in a van down by the river. You can live in a cardboard box. You can live on the sidewalk for all I care, and you can't never come back. You know what I'm saying? You can't never come back. You disrespect me in my, oh, no. That didn't come on to my daddy. I like men. I failed as a father, and you can get out. I would. Just give me the address where you want me to mail your stuff at. You don't even need to come back and get it. We just send it to you. Better be like them old black grandmas here. There ain't gonna be no evil in this house. Be no evil in this house. Had no evil in this house. We'll come around here, boy, mess around. All the kids get skung up with pixie dust because this nigga around here. No, man. Dude, let that nigga walk around in there, magic flowers popping up everywhere. Shoot, next thing you know, niggas around here moving like Puffy and stuff. I want that to happen. Come on.
We had Job 1:7.
And
Yahuwah said unto the adversary, where comest thou?
We said, where you come from? What this whole nigga say?
The adversary answered Yahuwah and said,
from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in
He's
it.
looking for somebody to devour.
And Yahuwah said unto the adversary, hast thou considered thy servant Job, that there is none like him
Ain't nobody like him.
in the earth, a perfect and upright man,
Perfect, upright man.
that feareth
He
Elohim,
fear Elohim.
and escheweth evil?
He gets rid of evil.
And the adversary answered Yahuwah and said, does Job fear Elohim for naught?
He said, does he fear him for nothing? You know what's crazy part is that's how Satan come at people. Because Satan will come at people to feel like you will only serve Yah if you get something. So that's how a lot of people feel, right? If they ain't going to get nothing, they feel like, what's the point? They ain't going to do it unless they get something. You know, that's a bad thought process to have. And listen what it says. The word there for not is kimnam. And it means freely, for nothing, without cause, for no purpose, in vain, undeservedly. So he just basically asks, you fear God for nothing. Does he not serve for nothing? Matter of fact, since I said that, I'm going to get y'all Malachi chapter 3. It might be chapter 2. We're going to hold Job chapter 1. Look at what they stated in Malachi. I think it's another verse in Micah that just came to my head for the same thing. Malachi 3 and 14 is what I want, but we'll start at verse 13. Malachi 3 and 13. Listen to what he says. Your words have been stout against me, saith Yahuwah. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve Elohim, and what profit is that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahuwah of hosts? And now we call the proud Baruch, or blessed. Yea, they that work wickedness are set up. Yea, they that tempt Elohim are even delivered. You know what I'm saying? This is how people sit back and look at it. That's how the Christian church operates. See, they sit back and tell you, you know, it ain't no, you know, hey, live how you want it, you know. God will bless you. But we know what the law say. He said, if a man hear the words of this curse and bless himself in his heart and walk in the imagination of his own thoughts, your name blotted out from under Shamahim. Your name ain't in the book no more. You're done. Do you know what I'm saying? You're done. It's over. It's over. See, this is the Hamashiach they don't like to talk about. That man said, I'm just like my father. What my father about, I'm about. I will blot your name out just like he'll blot your name out. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that's how Satan come at us. This is how he'll use people to come at you to make you feel like, what's the purpose in doing, you know, what you doing it for? What you feel, what you respect him for? You ain't getting nothing from it. Seems like all you do is struggle. Seems like you like real hard. Come over here, man, we living it up. But what did he tell you in Psalms 37? To not envy nothing that sinners have. Matter of fact, I'll read that to you. Psalm 37. Then I'll go to I'll get Micah chapter 6 along with it. Psalms 37. Psalms 37 and 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in Yahuwah and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and truly thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in Yahuwah, he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto Yahuwah, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. See, that's what like this here, right? That's what nobody will sit back and look at. You around here worrying about, oh man, them sinners got everything. But they going to hell though. That man say, if you trust him, he say, truly you'll be fed, because then you remember what the master told you. I'll bring you into my land. I'll lead you in and out and pasture, and you'll lay down and be at rest, and I'm going to feed you. You know what I'm saying? But you all with a nigga looking at, man, you seen, oh, that brother around there? Well, he got him a new car to drive even faster to hell. He got some fresher clothes that smell like, even more smell like sulfur. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a people's biggest problem, though, in real life, is you be worrying, trying to compare your life to somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Your pathway is not their pathway. The direction they going is not the way you going. Then we try to skirt and go off and go in somebody else's direction and crash. Then you want to come back, yeah, help me, please. He like, shoot, I don't know you, cuz. Because you said, I feel you served me for nothing in your estimation. There wasn't any reward for what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why Paul told you in 1 Corinthians 15 and 57, if I'm not mistaken, he said, you know, abide always in the labor of Yahuwah, for your labor is not in vain. Go on and get that for him, 1 Corinthians 15, 57. We didn't read it to another. Go on and get it for him. That junk ain't for nothing. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I wouldn't care what it was. I wouldn't care if it was a job. I wouldn't care if it was a business. I wouldn't care if it was a car. I wouldn't care if it was a home. I wouldn't care if it was a husband. I wouldn't care if it was a wife. I wouldn't care what it was. If Yah give it to you, it's going to surpass anything in your mind that you say you would want or you would want. If you say, I want that woman right here, but Yah don't want you to have that woman, whatever woman he got for you is going to be better than the woman you want. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care if you want that man right there. If Yah don't want you to have that man, the man that he want for you is going to be better than the man that you want. A lot of times people sit back and say, I'm going to choose me one anyway. Well, you got lesser. And I said that to say this here on the simple fact that that's how we choose what God we going to serve. Which one's going to allow you to get off how you want to get off. You know, think about that though. See, and sometimes because I have to use it in the simplest text of interpersonal relationships that you can understand. But I really want you to look at it in every aspect of your life though. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever Yahuwah gives you is going to be good, and it's going to be for your good. And it's going to bring esteem and honor to him. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you want may only be only good for a temporary gratification. And it's only going to bring esteem and honor to you. And what it ends up allowing you to do is to learn to exercise patience. Because to be able to serve Yahuwah, you have to have some manner of patience. You know what I'm saying? And that he don't work on our time. He work on his time. But when he does it, like I say, it's going to bring esteem and honor to him. Because that's who you're going to extend it to when it's completed. You know what I'm saying? See, you don't want to actually turn it, if you understand what I'm saying. And I know it's difficult, it's hard, because we're natural beings, you're flesh and blood, you're dust and ashes, and you get anxious, you get nervous, anxiety come in, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Reason being is because we know what the man told you. Like I said, you got kids, you got one coming. Guess what? Your baby in the womb, right? Ain't that time Hezekiah got to pop his head up out Leisha vagina and say, hey, Pop, you got some diapers for me when I get up? You already know he need them. He ain't got to ask you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You already know he need clothes. You already know he need shelter. You already know he need food. You know everything that he need. Well, your Elohim and Shamahim already know what you got, what you is. It's a fact that would you trust him if it got ugly, though? Do you know what I'm saying? Did you see Elijah sitting back looking at, oh, I got a long way to go. He said, don't worry about it. I got some food for you. Just keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Because he was feeling weary, like, boy, I'm ready to die. You know what I'm saying? He said, don't worry about it. He said, the journey too far for you. Let me give you something to get you strong, to get you through it. Your journey is going to be long. You know what I'm saying? The race is not given to the swift. Ain't that what the bull say? It's given to those that endure. It's given to those that persevere. We don't choose to persevere because we like instant gratification from living in this society, because that's what this society promotes. I can't speak for no other society anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't live in those other societies. But I know Western culture here in the United States of America promotes instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they give you microwaves and all this stuff, cook your food fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got fast food restaurants. You notice how niggas get upset when they go somewhere and they feel like the food taking too long? Nigga, you don't do that at the house. Because you know when somebody cooking at the house, well, how long it gonna take? 45 minutes. They need to hurry up. I show this home. You don't get agitated when you're at the house when somebody cooking and taking a minute. You know what I'm saying? You pull up to a restaurant. This is just horrible service. Well, what's the difference at the house and here then? Because you're paying for it, but you paying for it at the house, nigga, you bought the groceries. But it's the fine framework of how we think. Because your forefathers, and I'm talking about here in America, they didn't have all these so-called conveniences that we have now. So they didn't think that way. They could wait. Do you know what I'm saying? They could wait. Go ahead, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm finished with Psalm 37. Give me Micah 6 and 7. Corinthians. Oh, yeah, my bad. I appreciate it. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. I got to crank it up a notch.
Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast.
Be what?
Steadfast.
Firm.
Unmovable.
What? What?
Unmovable.
Don't let nobody move you.
Always abounding in the work of Yahuwah.
Always abounding. That means increasing. That means increase in it. I mean, you should be increasing in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I mean, not necessarily if it's expounded, but when you hear the word, your knowledge of the word should increase. Your wisdom in the word should increase. Your understanding in the word should increase. Therefore, your lifestyle increases, and people see the fruits of the vine of which you're attached to. That's 1 Corinthians 15, 58. That's it.
Yeah, 15 to 15.
15.
Got that mic.
That was all of you ain't finished.
That was it. That's nice.
No, it's one part you ain't finished.
Okay.
I know you ain't.
Abounding in the work of Yahuwah. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain.
It's not worthless. This is what Satan was trying to say. Does Job serve you for nothing? Is he going to get anything for it? That's a bust. That's why I say that's causing somebody to, that's scorning, that's a mocking. And that's also what discouragers come to you to try to do. That's what Satan's children are coming to you to try to do. Like I told y'all before, right? If someone is carnal, that doesn't necessarily mean that, I mean, in Elohim's eyes, they wicked. I mean, they ain't even know where to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? But we're just using it as a sake of conversation. Because you're going to run across some people who naturally, they're cool people, they're good people. You know what I'm saying? The eyesight of you, they wicked. You know what I'm saying? But because they don't have a spiritual mind, that Hashatan can use them for his aims, and they wouldn't even know that they were being used. And you have to be wise enough to be able to know that and not always hold that to somebody's charge. Because some people just wicked, you know they wicked, they perform in wickedness, and then you just have to be wise enough to say, okay, I can't deal with you like that. Because sometimes you'll run across somebody that you know, and you be like, man, that nigga don't never act like this. Nigga acting like this. Because Hashatan done jumped in him real quick, use him real fast, get you off track. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, they're not acting like that again, and you wondering like, man, what's up? Is this nigga bipolar or what? What's wrong with this thing? It's because they're carnal, they're susceptible to being used by him at any time. Every time somebody does or says something, is not necessarily an intentional dig on their part against what you believe in. It's because they're not covered, they're not protected, so they can be used. Remember what he told Peter. Get behind me, Satan. What did he tell him? Because you savor the things that be of who? Man. And not the things that be of Elohim. That's where we have to learn the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because most people savor the things that's a man. If you took the average man and woman, and I'm going to use, because I want to use both, because I don't want nobody to think I'm singling nobody out. If you took the average man or woman, let's use a woman first. You take a woman. You put a man that she wants versus a man who, let's just say y'all give her a vision that this the man I want you to be with. And you take a man and you put a woman in his face who he want, and the woman that y'all had in the vision tell him, this the woman I want you to be with. You take 10 people, 7 of them going to pick the woman they want. 7 of them going to pick the man that they want. They're not going to pick the one that Elohim want, and it's going to show that in their hearts that they savor the things that be a man and not the things that's an Elohim. Because the things that are Elohim are going to produce Elohim. Things that are be a man are going to produce the things of men. So we use that analogy to look at this here. If it's of Elohim, it's going to be things that's of the Ruach. Things that are eternal. Things that are lasting. If it be of man, it's going to be things that's of the flesh and things that are temporary. And that's how we would have to look at every situation that we come across. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you have to look at it. Is this a man? Am I doing this because this a man, or am I doing it because this a Elohim? And it'll change your thought processes and the decisions that you make, and it'll make it easier for you to deny yourself, like we read in Luke 14, of you taking up your stake so you can be his disciple, because this is what he's teaching you. When he sit back and he say, gather to take the chief, to gather him to be destroyed, you have to take that carnal nature and destroy it. You got to get rid of Hashatan. Because Hashatan is of the flesh. That's what he feeds on. So what did Hamashiach do? He cast the scorner out. So therefore that he could dwell in you. So you could get what's at the top, which is rest. Come on back to Job chapter 1. Oh, yeah. Micah 6 and 7. Thank you, sir. Make it verse 5. Matter of fact, make it 3. I'm feeling wrong. I got a little bit of time. It's ain't but 4:20. I got about an hour. Go ahead, bro. I'm old. Right? You know that.
O my people.
Oh, my who?
O my people.
What about these people?
What have I done unto thee?
What have I done to you?
And where have I wearied thee?
Where has y'all? You know, that's the time how we get sometimes. We feel like he wearying us. We be wearying him. Go ahead.
Testify against me. For I brought thee up out of the land of Mizraim, and redeemed thee out of the house of servants. And I have sent before thee Moses and Aaron and Miriam. O my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted.
Hold on, back up about a verse or two. Read that again.
For I have brought thee out of the land of Mizraim.
I brought you out of sin.
And redeemed thee out of the house of servants.
I saved you from sin and death.
And I
Because remember what we read in Romans, right? He say he that commits sin is whoever you yield your members servants to. So he cast out that scorner. Because that's the whole problem. Don't you realize that when we were in Mizraim, what were the Egyptians doing? Were they not mocking us? Were they not mocking us? And what did Yahuwah do? He cast Pharaoh out. So I have to speed it up because that story with Samuel is so long for me to make sure I hit every key point of what we got to discuss with about showing how this is what a Mashiach worked, what he did. You understand what I'm saying? But the whole key point is you see this, and I had another story with Hezekiah with the Assyrians too. Because that was the same thing. They were mocking. And what did Yahuwah do? He cast these people out. He did it so far with Pharaoh, where he cast Pharaoh out in the sea, drowned him. And what you think of Mashiach did with Satan? He drowned him in the sea. Just showing you how he got rid of the devil so we could get rid of him. Because now the strife, the contention, and the sin, all that stops, and now you have rest, and the whole earth is quiet. See, because remember what the word tell you, right? Ain't no shalom for the wicked. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Meaning, ain't no destroying Satan can't be ain't no destroying the authority attached to chaos if Satan's still in you. So you have to cast off the carnal nature. You have to cast off the flesh. You have to be born again. You have to be made renewed, which is going all the way back to resembling a child of a king. Because if you were a child of the king cast off sin. He cast off the flesh. And he walked in the Ruach. So if we want to resemble that, then we have to do the same thing he did. You want to cast out the scorner, cast off the carnal nature. The strife, the contention, all that will stop. Because now you can come to Elohim. You can't come to Elohim with sin on your back. You know how many of y'all in the last 30 days got faced with a situation where, boy, you don't have to choose the word or choose sin? You know what I'm saying? Then you got to raise your hand. Just sit there in your mind and sit back and look at what was your thoughts when that situation arose. What decision did you make? How close were you to leaning to make the wrong decision? How many of y'all were the wrong decision never even entered into your mind to even do it? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to learn that the word is a discipline to restraining yourself. And in order to get the kingdom, you're going to have to lose some things. Paul said he counted everything but dung that he might gain Hamashiach. How many of us really look at that we count the things in this life but dung if we lose them to get eternal life? Because a lot of us don't look at stuff like that because we want to try to keep mind and do Yahuwah at the same time. You can't do that. You're going to have to give something up. You know what I'm saying? That's what the master did. You know what the crazy part is? We don't want to give nothing up. This man gave up his spot at the right hand of Yahuwah for us.
That's the highest ranking.
Period. And niggas won't give up a job. Niggas won't give up somebody who's detrimental to them. You know what I'm saying? As far as your soul is concerned. I'm only talking about things that can interfere with your service to Elohim. That's all I'm talking about. If somebody that's going to interfere with your service, then they got to go. Or it has to go. I'm not talking about if you can go around your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your cousins, your brothers, uncles, and all that there, and there's not going to be no interference with the word, man, go see your people, man. Straight up and down. Your mama tell you, babe, I want you to come to the house and get something to eat, man. What you going to get you a plate, bro? Because if she love you, she gonna respect you enough to say, well, I know you know, we eat that pork now. But you know my son coming over here, don't you, we ain't gonna cook that in the house today. They gonna do that because they gonna want to see you. Let me tell you something, right? Even though some of your people may not follow it, and even though some of your people may not tell you, some of them proud that you made a decision to stand for something. They may not agree with it. They may not necessarily voice that to you, but some of your people, they proud of you. Like, you know what? At least he's doing something positive. I ain't worrying about him out here doing this or doing that. I don't necessarily agree with what he's doing, but I see it's having a positive impact on his life. They just not going to tell you that. The reason why they ain't going to tell you that, because then they're going to think that's going to be an open door for you to think, well, why don't you come around here with me? Okay. But I'm dead serious, though. Especially because most of y'all young. Don't think y'all people don't see that and recognize that. It's just they don't agree with it. Or it's not what they want to do at this particular time. Who knows? Yahuwah might recover them from the snares of the devil and pull it out of them, and they might handle that. But all you got to do is just keep walking and keep standing to be that light of faith that maybe they might consider. And then on the flip side, some of you people just evil and wicked, and ain't a cold day in hell or a warm day in Shamahim will get them to walk in the world. You know what I'm saying?
You like that,
I'm just being honest with you. It's just the reality of it. I told you, that's the same thing I told your little mama. I ain't hit my mama with no word like that. So did. For what? Told her we were bruised when I got out of prison. That lasted about a week. Left her alone. She wasn't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to talk about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all know y'all just keep on coming. I ain't like this here. I told my people when I first got out of prison, don't buy me no Christmas gifts. I'm good on that. But I'm also telling you, they know me though. They know I will not take it. And be very rude in my explanation on why I'm not going to take it. So they don't try me like that. But our whole family like that. Like they know, boy, if we say something, oh, that's what we own. Like there's no wavering. I'm like that. My cousin's like that. Muffin's like that. Our cousin Gregory is like that. My mama's like that. My auntie was like that. My uncle is like that. You know what I'm saying? Once we say, oh, we 10 tones flat, this is what we doing, you wasting your time. You wasting your time. You better off talking to the garbage can. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real. You wasting your time. That's how we are. If we own that, that's what we own. That's what we own. And ain't no changing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ain't take the approach knowing my people. There's no need to try to bombard them with information. You know what I'm saying? Because they going to want to see. They going to want to see what this do for you. For me to want to do it. They going to talk my head off, nigga. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, that's my nigga. My cousin ain't on this here. She ain't trying to hear that. Like, I ain't come around my cousin and be like, God, check this word out. I know my cousin, man. I'm for real, though. I know my cousin. Nigga, we 9 months apart. Nigga, we was raised together. I know my cousin, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is just walk in it, and if he touch her hard and she want to inquire, she going to inquire. I ain't never sat down with my cousin and bombard her with no scripture. Man, my cousin going to be right in the face. Dwayne, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to watch a TV show. Man, you better go in the back with that. That's what she gonna say. She ain't gonna sit there like some of y'all people do and be like, I hear you, baby. And like this here. Oh, shoot, cousin like this here. Look at my nigga. I'm not trying to hear that. Straight up. What you mean? That's what she gonna do. All that there. The conversation ain't gonna get past 2 minutes. Bro, you know I ain't on that, bro. Like, why you coming at me like that? I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Now, say dealing with the word that somebody holler at me and they talking about something, but you niggas know I tell you quick, bro. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that I feel like it's a real concern to you, I'm going to listen to you even if I don't care. But if I really, really don't want to listen to it, I'll let you know, bro, I don't want to hear that. You can stop talking. I don't care. That's how me and Nell became friends, bro. She was talking to Nell. Nell was talking to my cousin about this, that, and the third. She said, hey, man, check this out. My cousin, I got a cousin in prison. He been telling me about microchips since we were 13. Write that nigga and tell him. Y'all think I'm playing? That's exactly what she told her. I got a cousin in prison. He been telling that nigga, write that nigga and tell him. Don't tell me because I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. Only one that ain't that strong with his little muffin. Little muffin doesn't like confrontation. She's getting better at it. She doesn't like confrontation. Though. Me and my cousin, we don't care. Me and Aisha, we don't care. We don't care. Gregory don't care neither though. He don't care neither. Because Gregory just got in it with people talking about why is this woman in the club with no drawers on and a tampon.
Oh, man.
He said, is this the new trend? There were photographs of it. Continuing on. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. No, it was photographs of women doing it, and he was asking, is this the new thing that women do? And he got a lot of flack with it. I tell you the same thing with my cousin. Man, I talked to little cuz about the word a couple times and left him alone. And guess what little cuz doing? That's what he on. Ain't got to do that. Number one, because I'm the oldest, and they all looked at me to a certain aspect, so I ain't got to do it. Just handle that. You know what I'm saying? They'll follow behind it. That's all you got to do. Did you see the master bombarding people? He was preaching the word, and that's what he supposed to do. He handled that. Whoever coming gonna come. Whoever staying gonna stay. Come on.
We have Micah chapter 6. Verse 5. Oh, my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab.
You don't remember Balak? Who remember what happened with Balak, king of Moab? Who know about that? You know about that? You better know about it. That's when the dude wanted to curse Israel and he sent Balaam to do it. Go ahead.
He consulted, and what Balaam the son of Beor answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal, that ye may know the righteousness of Yahuwah.
That you may know what?
The righteousness of Yahuwah.
You see to sit back and say you know the faith of Yahuwah. Because what did he did? I made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to let that man curse you. And I told Abraham, whoever blesses you shall be blessed. Whoever curses you going to be cursed. You think I'm going to go against what I said? Go ahead.
Wherewith shall I come before Yahuwah and bow myself before the high Elohim? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings and with calves of a year old?
A year old.
Will Will Yahuwah be pleased with thousands of rams or with 10,000s of rivers of oil?
You see what he's saying? That's what these niggas want to do. Bring some rams and some oil. They think, I don't want that. And he say, I didn't ask you for no sacrifice. He said, if I was hungry, I wouldn't tell you. That's what they think he want. That man don't want that. Come on.
Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression?
Mm-hmm.
The fruit of my body for the sin of
He
my soul?
asking you, should you give it? Because that's what he gave. You can give me your firstborn. I don't want it. Go ahead.
He hath showed thee, O man, what is good.
What's good then?
And what does Yahuwah require of thee?
What does he require of you?
But to do justly, to love mercy.
To love what?
Love mercy.
And to what?
And to walk humbly with thy Elohim.
That's what we don't want to do. And a dude to tell you it's worthless for you to do that? Where we at? Job 17. Job 1. I don't know what I said, Job 17. I think we good with Job chapter 1. Swing on over there to Job chapter 2, though. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. No, we're not through with Job chapter 1. We need verse 10 in Job chapter 1. And then
We have verse 9.
Verse 9. Job 1 and 9, and then Job 2 and 1.
The adversary answered Yahuwah and said, does Job fear Elohim for nothing? Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
That's a scorner all day right there, ain't it? That's a scorner right there. Didn't they scorn the Mashiach on the stage? If he be the son of Elohim, come down unto us. He saved others, he can't save himself. There ain't nobody but say nothing. Come on, Job chapter 2, verse 1.
Again, there was a day when the sons of Elohim came to present themselves before
So
Yahuwah.
it's the second time this man came to do this.
And the adversary came among them to present himself before Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto the adversary, from whence comest thou? And the adversary answered Yahuwah and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Now it's good that he's using the actual definition of Satan. Because the adversary ain't going to do nothing but mock you. And that's going along what we were talking about last night about hating your brother, because it said your brother would be your enemy or your adversary. How does your brother become your opponent? How does that happen? How does your sister become your opponent? How do we even take two people and people work things that cause two people to become opponents? By saying things that ought not to be said. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nowhere in the world somebody call themselves a brother and a sister, and they are, if anything, if you see two people on adversarial sides, that you would actually, you know, the book say what? Baruch the peacemakers, right? So if you seen that there was people and they didn't have peace amongst them, then you would be showing yourself to be a son or daughter of Elohim by bringing about peace. By trying to get these two people together so they can reconcile them differences instead of causing differences to continue. Because then you wouldn't be showing yourself to be a son or daughter of Elohim. If you know that there's strife between two parties and you wouldn't move to get them to reconcile that. I'm talking about known strife. I ain't talking about one nigga's mad and the other person don't know it. I'm talking about two people you know that they got a disagreement, they're both aware of it, and there's an issue. Number one, just even without the word, niggas should be grown enough to be able to handle that. If you say you love somebody, because I don't see how people walk around mad for an extended period of time, somebody they say they love and care about. If you can walk around mad with somebody who you say you love and care about for an extended period of time, you ain't never love and care about. Because that would eat you up on the inside that you're not straight. That would bother you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know sometimes it be on some, the parties don't know which one should reach out first. Or they don't know really how to go about it, because they be because it be sometimes people love and care about somebody and they got an issue and they be wanting to holler at each other and they don't know how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love somebody, you don't want to be walking around and y'all not on good terms, especially when you know your life is but a vapor. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want somebody been done died and y'all ain't get a chance to straighten that out. You know what I'm saying? And you got to walk around with that for the rest of your life. Because that's how them niggas were feeling, just thinking about it because it popped in my mind. That's how them niggas from NWA were feeling when Eazy-E was on his deathbed. Like, dang. And this nigga was in a comatose state, so he couldn't even respond back. You know what I'm saying? So they just pouring out their heart because you don't walk around all these years. You really want to let this stuff go, but you can't. Now a nigga finna die, you want to try to straighten it. Don't wait for somebody about to ready to die to go ahead and iron that out. You know what I'm saying? Boy, life too short to be walking around here upset with somebody who you say you love. Well, you love somebody, boy, you gonna always love them, period. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care who they were. I wouldn't care if it's somebody you was with, family member, friend, whatever. Just because you grew apart don't mean you don't love them no more. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure you straighten that. Don't do that. That's how Satan operates. Satan like to keep people against one another. That's not how Mashiach operates. He brings people together. Handle that. You know what I'm saying? Handle that. I wouldn't care who it was. Handle that. Don't be walking around here on bad terms with nobody. It ain't that serious. Whatever y'all were beefing about, it wasn't that serious. Of course, there are things that are that serious, but I don't think nobody y'all know that did something that serious. Be like, you know what? We cool and all. Stay away from me, though. You know what I'm saying? Go iron that out. Ain't that what he said in Matthew, right? So if somebody say you say somebody's a brother or a sister, and you see that they against one another, then you supposed to have enough righteousness in you to play peacemaker. He said, you blessed, you do that. How many times somebody, just like I said, somebody tell me, oh man, this brother said, then what I tell you, you need to go holler at him then. Don't come talk to me about it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with that. I'm going to encourage you to go handle that though. You know what I'm saying? It should never get to the point where a third party, only time a third party should get involved is when you two can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? The first try is you two go handle that before somebody else gets involved. Then somebody else gets involved. I'm telling you, it'd be light on your soul, man. Because I know there's some people y'all probably done had a disagreement with right now. You be like, boy, I do need to call this nigga, straighten that out. If you actually love and care about him. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you it's therapeutic. You get that stuff all off your chest. Then you know what you'll end up finding? That a lot of stuff was misunderstandings and miscommunications, and that y'all really were beefing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times y'all know that from experience. You find out it was really just misunderstanding or miscommunications or people speaking on things that they know what they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then they got relayed to you and they got relayed to them, and then y'all doing this here. Or sometimes it comes from niggas not actually listening to what someone is saying to them or how it's actually being said. You know what I'm saying? You know the old saying, you know, you catch more, what they say, catch more flies with honey, right? Sometimes it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. It's just how you communicate it. You get it. Oh, you know, the book tell you that. Soft words turn away wrath. You know what I'm saying? So if you imparting something, it's more how you impart it versus what you're imparting. Not in every situation. There's some stuff you can't, no matter how you say it, they're going to be mad. Go ahead.
And Yahuwah said unto the adversary, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Elohim and eschew evil. And still he holdeth fast in integrity, although thou move me against him to destroy him without cause. And the adversary answered Yahuwah and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
That's a wicked nigga right there. That's a wicked nigga right there. You see how y'all did it? He said, you see my servant Job? Well, he's a soldier. He holds it down. You know what I'm saying? Look what this nigga say. Well, you do this right here. I bet he do this. I bet it. That's a scorner. That's a mocker. We got to destroy him. John 16:3. Matter of fact, before you read John 16:3, give me Matthew chapter 18, right? Is that 18? 18 and 20. So I just want y'all to get an understanding about really what he's saying, to understand this here. And then it'll come into when we talk about destroying the body of sin. Because what does the law say in Genesis 3 and 15, right? He say, what he say gonna happen to the serpent? Who remember what the law say in Genesis 3 and 15 what happened? He say he step on his head, right? Meaning he destroy him then. Because look what the Most High did, right? Of course, we know he put Adam out of the garden, but who else he threw up out of it? He had to throw Satan out of there. Because what did Satan bring about? He brought about reproach in the garden. He brought about strife and contention. Because with the lie that he told, it caused contention and strife to be between man and Elohim because of sin. So I got to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? And this was a forerunner to what a Mashiach was coming to do. We have to get rid of this man. So this shows us that we need to get rid of him in our inward parts and stop walking in the flesh. Because if y'all willing, next week, all them definitions of lust that I just briefly talked about last night, we're going to go all the way through that. Go all the way through that for you to understand what lust can get you, because you've seen what lust was. It was an overwhelming desire for something, or it was stubbornness. But also it can be something good. Because like this here, right? You should lust for your wife. You know what I'm saying? If your wife doesn't bring a delight in you, and you don't look at her as a goodly thing, why are you married to her? Why did you do that? I'm just using the instance of, oh, it's all right, man, you good. I just was using the instance of what Jacob did when he saw Rachel. That was a goodly lust. Because we just have to make the difference so y'all understand the difference between that. The word lust is always not something negative.
Unbridled lust, that's negative.
You know what I'm saying? That's negative. Because I put it this way, a goodly lust, like if you see a woman, like Jacob seen Rachel, the desire that he had for her was not physical gratification, he wanted to marry her. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thought clicked in his head. I want to make her my wife. That one right there, that one there for me. Unbridled lust is, I want to blow baby back out. You know what I'm saying? Exclusively. And maybe a little baby around the corner too. Shoot, just give me all them hoes. Go ahead, bro.
You said 18, you said verse
20. Well, you act like somebody just whooped you.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them.
16, my apologies. Matthew 16 and 20, that's my bad. We still holding 1 Samuel 17. I gotta get on my motorbike. But he just sleeping.
Then charged he his disciples. That they should tell no man that he was Yahushua the Mashiach. Mm-hmm. From that time forth began Yahushua to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and be raised up again on the 3rd day.
So he said he's got to be killed. What was the purpose that he was being killed for? 1 John 3 and 8. We ain't dealing with the first part of 1 John 3 and 8. I mean, they say that, Brother Harrison, but that's not necessarily written. But it can be implied for what Peter said, that Noah was a preacher of righteousness. So you know if he were preaching the word, they was mocking him. Because every prophet in this book has been mocked for preaching the word. And that's what come along with this. Mocking come along with this word now. You have to be willing to take that. I'm going to tell you something, man. You can't serve Yahuwah and be a thin skin. You can't be mentally weak. Because you will fold up. You know what I'm saying? You will fold up. And I told y'all before, man, this nigga here.
put that nigga in his place, man. You know what time it is.
No. You know why? Because nigga thinking that I'm just sitting around like this. I got work to do. I'll holler at you when I'm finished.
But they never on the line, though.
Who you telling? Nah, but last week he was in the street. Messing with some old One West niggas. Who? Oh, dude, I know in Texas. Somebody did I watch the video? No, I ain't watching, man. I don't care nothing about them niggas, man. You ain't finna catch me running up on no niggas in no street like that. Like, we hollered at them dudes GMS just really because the nigga was throwing rocks high in his hand about me and wasn't man enough to say what he had to say to me while I was standing right there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to straighten you on that. Some general principle. You know what I'm saying? But he tried to slide Slim. See, he waited for me to walk off and then he thought he could slide Slim. You know what I'm saying? So I could have came through and laid the murder game down on this nigga. I ain't had no voice neither. I'd have had my voice. I'd have cracked him about 7 times hard. You know what I'm saying? I know the nigga done. That nigga say, see, my name is Jackson. See, I was sick. Well, you seen that, Johnny? You ain't watch that video, did you?
I seen that.
He said, see, my last name, Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Your last name is words that we cannot utter. Go ahead. Pell was there. He seen it. Darius wasn't there, was it? Oh, yeah, Darius was there. Mike, yeah, he wasn't there. You wasn't there. He was there the second time. No, he was. You was there. Yeah, you was there. He wasn't there. He was on the phone. Yeah, you was there. Well, you might have not had came yet, but that was the day my voice was gone. But you was there, though.
You had the whole squad out there.
Yeah, everybody, all of us was out here. Oh, yeah, you wasn't out there. Yeah, you wasn't out there. And good thing, too, the women wasn't out there neither. Everybody's on the phone. I remember that little muffin was dying laughing. D was dying laughing. That joke was hilarious though. Corey wasn't there neither, dude. He wasn't there neither. Boy, I'm talking about boy. Woo! I'd have had my voice, I probably would have clowned. That's what we should have did, was clowned. Cuz say, so what are you? Cuz say, see, you went to, see, you was here, you went here.
You on 1 John? We have 1 John
3 and
chapter 3, verse 8. He
After
that
that,
committeth
after that, Matthew 1 and 17. I get it.
he that committeth sin is serving the sin.
That's not what that says.
You said 8?
1 John
He
3.
that committed sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of Elohim was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. Destroy the works of the devil.
So that means that's what that casting out is going to do. So how is he going to be able to cast out and destroy the works of the devil? He had to become deaf then, didn't he? According to Hebrews 2 and 14, right? He had to die. This is how he was going to be able to gather this chief man up and destroy him. Because Paul called him what? The God of this world, right? Go ahead.
Whosoever is born of Elohim does not commit sin.
Whoever born of Elohim don't what? That's good right there. Go to Matthew 1 and 7. What a race is? Race? Oh, there. No, I can't. We done got the board dirty and went and cleaned it up real nice like. We have to clean it again. I'm talking about that don't want to go nowhere. You that permanent, Michael? No.
No, they board always like
They board always like
okay. They kind of move.
Not kinda. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 8. No, you don't want that 18.
1 and 17.
17, okay. So all the generations from Abraham to Daud are 14 generations. And from Daud unto the carrying away into Babylon are 14 generations. And from the carrying away to Babylon unto the Mashiach are 14 generations. Now the birth of Yahushua Mashiach was on this wise. When as the mother Mary was the spouse of Yosef, before they came together, she was found with child, the Ruach HaKodesh. And Yosef, her husband, being a just man, and not willing to make her a public example, was minded to put her away privily. But while he thought on these things, behold, Malachim of Yahuwah appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Yosef, thou son of Daud, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Ruach HaKodesh. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Okay, he's going to save the people from their sins, right? So the scorner has to be cast out to be able to do this. Now, we're going to look at something with the strife and contention. I'm going to have to take a little different track. Give me Romans 3 and about verse 13. Romans 3 and about verse 13. You know, we know from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, the Apostle Shaul, the Apostle Paul states about how we've been given the gospel of reconciliation. So that means to be able to make us one again with the man. We know this from Yeshayahu Isaiah 59 when he told us what? My ear is not heavy and that it can't hear. And my arm is not short and that it cannot save. He said, your iniquities have stopped me from hearing. So that means there's a strife and a contention there. Because we can't, you didn't even sit back and realize that that's what he was saying in Micah chapter 6, that there was a contention. Because he's saying, what have I done to you? He say, plead your cause with me, where have I done evil to you? Because of the sin that you're committing, there's a strife and contention. We can't be one. I desire to be one with you. I can't be one with you. Why? Why? It's because of iniquity and sin. We have to do something to cast that away from you. Go ahead.
Romans 3
and 13.
Their throat is an open scepter. With their tongues they have used deceit.
That's what Satan did, use deceit. Even though he's referring to something in Psalms, though. Go ahead.
The poison of asp is under their lips.
So what's that poison of asps in his lips? The poison of asps are serpents. You know that's what was in Satan's mouth was a lie, and it was poison. That poison was death. So we have to cast that out. We have to get rid of that. And it's the same thing when we're talking about mortifying your members. You know what I'm saying? Or when he's talking about when you're crucified with a Mashiach, you no longer live unto sin because you died with that. That's the only way you're going to be able to. If a Mashiach cast the scorner out through his death, then you're going to have to cast the scorner out through your death by mortifying yourself with him. That's the only way the strife and contention is going to go away. Because with sin is reigning in your mortal body, then there will continually be strife and contention with you towards Elohim. Because he can't meet and be one with you. Go ahead.
Whose mouth is full of curses and bitterness. Their feet are swift to
You see
shed
what he
blood.
said? His mouth is full of what? Cursings and bitterness. Now remember he say Satan is the father of lies, right? So how is his tongue going to be full with cursing and bitterness? Because what did the Mashiach tell you? There'll be wailing and gnashing of teeth. You know what I'm saying? He said, come over here to my left hand, ye cursed, in the everlasting fire prepared for Hashatana, the devil, and his Malachim. So in the words of sinners, in the words of Satan, in those aspects and in those things, there complains cursing and bitterness. So this man has to cast that out. Because what is strife and contention? We know what reproach is. Proverbs 14 and 34 say sin is a reproach to any people. You know what I'm saying? So sin is the reproaches. Reproaches of them that reproach thee fell on me. Sin is a dishonor. That's what reproach is. It's a dishonor. It is a shame. This is why he say he became and he took shame on him. He took all your sin on him to cast it off of you. So he cast out Satan to cast sin off of you. The law couldn't do that. Only faith can do that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the way of peace have they not known.
They ain't known the way. You remember the Hebrew word for peace? I mean for way. That's Darak, right?
Read 16.
And you know what that means, right? The way to the highest that covers sins. So that means they didn't know the way to the highest, which we know that's Yahushua HaMashiach. He's the way. We know that he the one who covered our sins in his own blood. And then we know Shalom is the destroyer, the authority attached to chaos. So he's stating that these people don't know how to get their sins covered and to get rid of Satan. Because if you know Yahushua HaMashiach, which we ain't read the verse yet in 1 John, we're going to come back to it most high willing, then if you know Yahushua HaMashiach, then you would know how to cast away the scorner. You would know how to get rid of him. Ain't that what Paul told you in Ephesians chapter 4? That if you know, he said it's not so, if you've been taught and heard of Mashiach, that you would no longer walk according to the deceitfulness of lust and of the world, but put on the new man who's created in righteousness and true Kadesh, you would cast that off. What did he tell you in Ezekiel 18? Cast your transgressions away from you so iniquity will not be your ruin. Get it off of you. Destroy it. Destroy sin. How else are you going to destroy sin? You have to die. You have to die. There's no way around that. And the aspects of looking at what we've been looking at in the word, is there any way around the only way to destroy sin is that you have to die? There's no way around that. The only way to become a son of Elohim, what you got to do? In order way to get life, what you got to do? There's no way around that. There's no way around that. The law cannot produce that. Only faith in this man will produce that because you will walk in the framework of his behavior. That's why dudes kill me when they talk about, oh, immersion is a waste of time. No, it's not. You just told me you don't want to be joined into, of course we know getting in a lake, in a river, in a pool, it's not going to stop you from sinning, clown. Nobody's that simple. Nobody's that simple, you're going to get out the water. No, I will no longer sin because I got in the water. Then you got in the water last night, you took a bath. But you understand what I'm saying? It's not that, just like Peter stated it. It's not putting off the filthiness of the flesh, but a good conscience towards Elohim. That's what you do it for. No fool well this ain't going to put this off. But I put it off in my mind that I will no longer live like this. Go ahead. But what do we know? We just some people from Jacksonville, Florida, except for him and her. They ain't from here. But you ain't from here, though.
Now we know that what things soever the law said, it says to them who...
That ain't from here either. That nigga old transplant nigga. Where you from? You old Brooklyn nigga. Old Harlem nigga.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Warner Brooklyn.
Where he from?
Flatbush.
Flat. I knew he was gonna say Flatbush. That way from old Bushwick.
Monte from New York too.
Are you from New York too? Oh, you did that because he got the boots on?
No.
Oh, what did you say?
He lit him. He ain't from
I bet as cold as it is out there right now, you think you there now.
I thought it was.
Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. My auntie bought my first pair of Timbs in 97. I mean, my homeboy asked that time I went Duval kind of dudes started wearing Timbs. I say, Father, I know they always want.
Till the summer come, I
want
wearing them once I got that.
I don't play ball in mine. Who? Shoot, you better ask about me in Spring Park, boy. I played the Timbs, Wallace, and all.
Getting off.
I do my little thing. I did a little thing, hold it down. You know, I wasn't no athlete or nothing. Not then. Took a while though to grow into my athleticism. I ain't tell you no lie, but when I was young, them niggas only gave me the ball to shoot the last shot. Swish though. I hit him though. You know what I'm saying? They had to work at that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was awful. One day though, the goal at Spring Park broke a little bit. Caught my home with a little joy. That nigga was mad. Caught him up under the wow, real quick. Shoot, I can't jump, nigga. You gotta take an opportunity. You catch a nigga up on the ring, you gotta get you one.
We have
got a victim. At least I got one body, nigga.
We have Romans chapter 3, verse 19. It say, now we know that what things soever the law said, it says to them that are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before Elohim.
So nobody ain't gonna be able to say nothing. Who can open their mouth and say they ain't never sinned? No one. Go ahead.
And all the world may become guilty before Elohim. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. But now righteousness of Elohim without the law is manifest, being witnessed by the law of the and the prophets. Even the righteousness of Elohim, which is by faith in Yahushua, the Mashiach, unto all and upon all that believe. For there is no difference. For all have sinned and come short of the esteem of Elohim, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in the Mashiach Yahushua, whom Elohim have sent forth to be appropriation through faith in his blood.
His blood is what destroyed this man to cast him out. Remember he said he came to save us from our sins. Well, how else was he going to do it except if he didn't lay his life down? Go ahead. I'm going to show you something else.
To declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past through the forbearance of Elohim.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. You know how simple some Hebrews get? Come over here to Psalm 49. I got it. You know how some simple Hebrews get? They think because if you say he came to forgive you of your sins. 49:7 of Psalms. They think that means that you're saying, see, he forgive you for sins past and present. They think that we take that means that that's a license to sin. Or he's forgiving you for future sins. That's not what that book says. That book don't say that. You know what I'm saying? That man say if you have to be immersed again, you put this man to an open shame. That's not what that says. That's Christian theology and teaching. But the New Testament doesn't teach that. Shoot, the scriptures don't teach that. You know what I'm saying? This man came to die in order for your sins before you knew who he was to be forgiven. Now he say little children sin not, but if any man sin, you do have an advocate. But it's going to depend on the mercy of Yahuwah. What he chooses to do. Because if you know better, it might not be no opportunity for you. If you willfully sin after receiving knowledge of the truth, we might have a problem on your hands. See, it's a lot of things that people say. It's funny right this here, right? People, you say you believe in the Mashiach, there's a lot of assumptions that people make. You don't make assumptions. You know what I mean? Actually dig and see what the book says. Because a lot of people make new assumptions about the Brit Kadesh. Don't they? Don't actually really know what it says. Don't really actually know how to line stuff up. Automatically assume that you ride with whatever Paul says over the law, not knowing that we know whatever Paul says is going to agree with the law. Don't get mad at me because you have had conversations and discussions with men who are not wise or understanding enough to be able to impart that to you. That's what the problem is. We have to be able to move past of using the same weak excuses and perspectives that we get from other people without actually examining these things thoroughly for ourselves before we put things out in the public. I done told you, right? Don't say something you ain't really 100% accurate in what you're talking about because you might run across somebody who do. And I promise to you, they're going to have you feeling real bad about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You want Psalms what? 49.
I got it.
Oh,
49.
I got it.
All right. Psalm 49 and 7.
None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Elohim a ransom for him.
We read about that last night, didn't we? Where he said he didn't came to serve, he came to be served, he came to serve to offer his life a ransom for many. This man's life was ransomed up to be able to cast Satan out from you. Go ahead, because we got to crank it up a notch.
For the redemption of their souls is precious, and it ceases forever.
It stops forever.
So
So you see, if it ceases, you know what that word gonna be. Let's sit back and see what that word's gonna be, because now I can pull that on out and see if we get the same word that we got up here. And we go ahead and spell him out. So I got to do that. He said, your soul is precious. No, we won't get the same word there. But we get the word kadal, which is to stop, to cease, to desist, to forego, to leave undone, or to leave off. But we're going to go ahead and spell that out. That's good right there, though. Come on back to 1 Samuel 17. Because what we're looking at is Hamashiach was the man chosen to die. That's why we went and read that, forgetting other sins. And he sat back and said that if he beats me, then we'll serve y'all. But if I beat him, you'll serve me. Get John 16 and 3 first. That's what I do. So we got that this one here again. So we got destroyed. And then what we got right here, y'all?
Like that.
We got the house. And then what we got on the last one, the tower, right? And what is that? You know what that is?
What?
The cup. So you know what it's really telling you? You know what Shabbat really gonna be telling you? The real essence and the real reality? Destroy the old covenant is what it's telling you. Did he destroy the old house? Then he build a new one. One that ain't made with hands, right? That's hard right there.
Prepared.
That's hard right there. So when you sit back and he say, cast out the scorner, that strife and contention may cease, cast out Satan, I'll make a new covenant. You should know that because I'll read it to you in a minute. Go ahead. But what do we know? Yeah, John 16 and 3. What do we know? We just make us. I shared a little video that white dude say, I don't know what you white people got going on, the real Jew black. You better start being nice to them people. That's what he said. He said, he did a little cussing. He said, hey, excuse my language, but I don't care. He said, don't you get in bed with them Khazars, but leave the people alone. You better be nice to them black people. That's what we were talking about. Regardless of what he thought he was doing right, you alienating the people of Elohim. You not bringing them to you. You think Yahuwah is not taking account of that? You think because you feel like you're doing right, he think it's right? The people who you want to come to you, they're making you, they don't like you anymore. And that may have not been your intent, but that's what you're doing. Sometimes people look at it might not be what you tried to do, but that's what you did. Go ahead.
We're at John chapter 16.
John 16 and verse 3.
And these things will they do unto you because they have not known the Father nor me.
They don't know me.
But these things have I told you that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning because I was with you.
I was with you.
But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you asks me, whither goest thou? But because I have said these things unto you, sorrow hath filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. And when he is come, he will reprove this world of sin and righteousness and judgment. Of sin because they believe not on me. Of righteousness because I go to my Father and ye see me no more.
You don't see me no more.
Of judgment because the prince of this world is judged.
He's judged. And if he's judged, guess what that means?
Destroyed.
He's destroyed. He's cast out. You know, how many of y'all ever seen Passion of the Christ? I only seen it because my people had rented it, got it from the library. I had no desire to see it because everybody in it was white. I'm not even gonna cut you no corner. Dead serious. You know what I'm saying? And I was up the road like, oh, you wanna? I don't want to see it. Everybody white. I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Then I already knew that was a lie. Like, well, I want to sit here and watch a whole bunch of white people pretending to be me for, and be like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed nothing. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that dude in that video said, so you mean to tell me that you would care about the color of the skin of the man who bore and carried your sins? That because he was black, you don't want to follow him now? A lot of people feel that way. But it was funny, at the end of Passion of Christ, any of y'all remember how it ended? When he died, they showed a little ghastly looking white man.
You saw the
That was supposed to be Satan.
That was supposed to be Satan. With the hood on, hollering, oh!
But he had a little baby.
I don't remember.
You
He had a
seen
little
that?
baby.
He had a little baby on him. Bro, anyway.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he had a baby, bro. It was like a gremlin, and he had like a little baby tuck.
He was one ugly looking nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
I ain't understand that.
But he was screaming. he was hollering because he knew that it was supposed to be that once he died, he knew he was defeated. That's what really the theatric. That part is not in the book. You know they always got to throw something extra for dramatic effect. You know what I'm saying? But that's what was the purpose of. He's like this here. Oh, he was mad because it's over for him. It was over for him. For all intents and purposes, that was Genesis 3:15 being fulfilled. You bruised my heel, but I stepped on your head, though. I've cast you out. And that's what the master is saying. Now, when I leave, the prince of this world is judged. Because once the Ruach HaKodesh comes, it's over for this nigga. You got to remember, who jumped in Judas' heart? Satan did. Satan did. You know what I'm saying? It tells you that clearly in the book, right? Right there in John 13, it tell you that's what happened. And so what we got to do, we got to cast him out. You can even sit back and look at it. They got rid of Judas, all the strife and contention and all that stuff ceased. All the reproach stopped, the sin stopped. Everything stops when you get rid of this nigga. That's why we got to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to get rid of him. You get rid of him, everything stops. Let me come back to this 1 Samuel 17, right? Where we at? I'm in 25. I'm already up. 1 Samuel 25, 17 and 25. Say, the men of Yasharal said, have you seen this man that has come up surely to defy Yasharal? Is he come up? And it shall be the man who kill him, the king will enrich with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Yasharal. So the man that will kill Goliath. Because he said, choose a man to kill him, I'll be his servant. You know what I'm saying? If not, so guess what? This is what Amashah came to do. We were already serving sin. Remember, he said he came to destroy the works of the devil. Goliath is symbolic of the devil in this instance. Because he wants us to serve him. These people serve Dagon, the fish god, idol god. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the beast coming to do. Who is the man that's going to be chosen to destroy him? Who's defying Yasharal? Because this Goliath is defying Yahushua. The beast is defying Yahushua. He's defying Elohim. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. So he sit back and say, but the man that'll kill him, I'll enrich him and give him his daughter and make his father's house free. What you think that means? He said, I give you my daughter. Don't give him Revelation 19:7. I don't think they know. Say, I give you my daughter. Because I seen a lady talking about, how can Yasharal be Yahuwah's wife and be Hamashiach's wife at the same time? I said, if a nigga responded to this stupid white woman, they ought to be slapped in their mouth. So this was a white woman like this. And that doesn't be killing me. Like, not only is you a woman trying to edify black people about their God, a white woman?
Is that going back to the marriage supper of the Lamb?
Yeah. But my whole point of this here, right? Because we know this law. Because she going in the book, like she pulling out script. You don't read nowhere in this book where any woman sat down and instructed any men. Because if I had book for it, I would gladly show it. That's never been a woman's job. It's never been a woman's place. Your foremothers knew that. They didn't try to do that. They dropped a lot of wise words, though. Let that be known. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of understanding and exhibited it. Let that be known. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take their time to sit around and talk about, hold on, son. Let me tell you about Psalm 6. See, let me expound some understanding to you, brother. Because you brothers seem to lack understanding. Man, them men back then would look at that woman and walked off. They would, and you know what Hebrew niggas do now? Argue with them. They argue with them. Well, I seen a dude say the hardest teacher in the word was a woman. You must pull that dude up. Go ahead, bro. I know what I can see. I already know what he looked like because I can see it in my head. I remember the nigga had a black hoodie on. Did he got a black hoodie on? Nigga had a hook. He had a hook. I don't want to see the baby. I'm talking about the ugly nigga.
Yeah.
He got a black hood on. Nigga had no hair. Pale fade one. Okay, I remember what that nigga look like. My memory good. I ain't smoked that much weed. I smoked a lot though. Come on.
Revelation 18.
19 to 7. I think the lamb ain't let all the brain cells fry.
It say, let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of the Kadashim. And he said unto me, Right, Baruch are them that are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he that saith unto me, These are the true sayings of Elohim.
The marriage supper of the lamb, right? So he gave him his daughter. Because after this here, after in Revelation 19, he done came and smashed the beast, right? He's giving him his daughter. After Hamashiach defeated Hashatan, did he not give him his daughter to wife? Get 2 Corinthians 11 and 1. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. What were the riches that he gave him? He gave him a great name. You know what I'm saying? He gave him the kingdom of Shamaim. He gave him the Ruach HaKadosh. You know what I'm saying? Even in Psalm 69, he say all the kings, well 68 if I'm not, no, it's 69. No, it's 68. He say all the kings of the earth gonna bring their honor unto the kingdom, bring all their riches to the house in Jerusalem, man. That nigga around here talking about you a Christian. Don't never call me no Christian. I take that as outright disrespect. I'm talking about, I'll be dead real with you. In every instance, it's not like this. Because I know some people don't know. And they'll just assume that. I would rather be called a nigga than to be called a Christian. That's real rap. You call me a nigga, I don't care nothing about that. Call me a Christian. Oh boy, I got some choice words for you. Don't never disrespect me like that. I am not a cretin. I am not extremely stupid. I'm for real. You know, it's a lot of brews feel like I'm a Christian. You call yourself a Christian. Don't call me one, cuz I'm a Yahudim. Get it right. Let that be known. He ain't never ordained no Christian. Because you know how most brews feel. Yeah, that means there ain't no tribe of Judah. No tribe of Benjamin.
He said in Peter, if one suffers as a Christian.
Yeah, go ahead and suffer as one. Go ahead and suffer as one. I know you suffering as a Christian because you're stupid.
No, I said that's how they go.
I know it. I'm gonna come out. I know you're suffering like one. You're suffering from the disease of stupidity. You might want to get an antidote.
I think
Go ahead, bro.
we have 2
might
Corinthians
wanna
11.
And one.
Would to Elohim ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with the godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as
Espoused
a
you to
chaste
who?
virgin.
A one, huh? Oh my lamb. So that means somebody gave you a daughter then. Well, who gave him this woman? The father gave him this woman. If he defeat Goliath, right? That's what it say, right? Ain't it funny that who it is that defeat Goliath? And what seed does Hamashiach come from? So it would only make sense that he come back around and do the same thing, now wouldn't it? It only makes sense. See, we just think that's just a story about somebody just killing big old ugly niggas. It's more to it than that, though. Because you know what ends up happening? Is we right here, I'm in verse 26 of 1 Samuel 17. It says, and David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, what shall be done to the man that killed this Philistine, and take away the reproach from Yasharal? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine who should defy the armies of the living Elohim? Now we know, if you uncircumcised, that means, give me Colossians chapter 2. Colossians 2, what it is? Give me verse 9. One of these days we might figure out what this book talking about. I guess today's not going to be that day, though.
For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power.
I'm going to tell you like this here, most high willing, right? Because I thought I said I ain't going to touch that nobody been saved by the law part, because he got something for y'all next week. But with Jacob being perfect, remember we mentioned that last night? Say he was a plain man and then meant he was perfect. That, and that stuff with lust, oh, that's what you get. Wednesday, I don't know what you're going to get. But this going to be the rare times, a couple times I done told you what I'm going to do before I do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless something major happens, that's what you're going to get. You know, it's a couple stupid niggas on my line talking about, oh, Obama finna stay president. That's why all these false flags going down. Because a nigga shot some people at the airport in Fort Lauderdale. 5 niggas gonna bring back martial law so they man keep this man as president. Now I wonder what this stupid nigga gonna do when January 20 roll by and Donald J. Trump is your president. I might say I wouldn't be upset that Trump's our president because he's an idiot. I would be upset because of that hairpiece. You know what I'm saying? Every time you got to cut the TV on, they talk about the president. You got to look at this nigga with this boll weevil on his head. That nigga been styling with that junk since the 90s. The nigga been bald since 88. Nigga, let it go, nigga. He don't want a nigga to see them old, them varicose veins on top of him. Come on, man. I ain't got a good sense. Pray for me, man.
You want to rest this philosophy?
Huh? Keep going, bro. Keep going. It'll get, like I said, let me look, make sure, because we show on time. I'm telling you though, boy, I'm talking about, that's more disrespectful than any of his policies. That head, I'd be offended at that. I don't see how his wife get turned on by that, man. Go ahead, bro. I don't think it's enough money in the world for that. That nigga ugly, bro. Sit back and look at this nigga playing. She's supposed to look at him and say, baby, I love you, Donna. It's over though, baby. You got enough money to get a better hairpiece than this.
You can get some Bosley done.
You get something about Bosley, Tosley, something. You can get hair out of dead people. Get something, baby. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. You got too much. You got too much. That nigga got too much money for that cheap behind toupee, man. That nigga, how your suits cost more than your hairpiece? Come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, we have Colossians 2, verse 10. Ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power, in whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands.
Circumcision made without hands.
In the putting off of the body of sin.
So if you uncircumcised, then guess what Goliath is? You haven't put off the body of sin. So you haven't put off the reproach, right? You haven't put off the strife. Therefore, the contention can't put off. That means Yahuwah will continually be your enemy. So how you have to look at circumcision. Circumcision is really about, because the brothers just had a debate by, does Yahuwah require physical circumcision? Now, I would tell any man that is an averine by the flesh, if you can, go ahead and handle that. But is that going to stop you from being saved? No, it's not. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because all he did was take that covenant and your foreskin that he made with Abraham and made it the foreskin of your heart. That's all he did. He just swapped them out. Because again, relying on physical circumcision is relying on the covenant that has been destroyed. I know the brother was like, oh, it said to all generations. Indeed, it does. But Abraham was counted righteous and faithful to Elohim before his penis was ever even circumcised. So it was never about the circumcision of the penis. You do that because that's the custom of your fathers. Therefore, if you believe, you would handle that if you were natural born Abarim. But, you know, that's what they were having contention, is that the Yahudim at the time were telling them Gentiles they could not be saved if they did not do that. And that's not what Hamashiach was teaching, but the apostles didn't know. They had it was a large contention about that. They sat down and they spoke about that.
That's what Peter was doing in Paul Street about that?
No, Peter wasn't eating with them people.
Because they wasn't us.
No, because
He was eating with them.
He was eating with them when the Yahudim slid through, he dipped.
Yeah.
He didn't want his face to be dirty or something like that?
No, he didn't want to hear what them niggas had to say.
It was like you sitting with white people at the lunch table and then all your homeboys come up and
you
try to
get
go
up.
sit with them real quick. Like you wasn't sitting with white boys.
Yeah, like they wasn't your friends.
Friends, like you ain't cool with them. Like you don't fool with them like that.
And your friend look at you, oh, you hang with them Christ?
Hang with the white
No,
boys.
I don't mess with them.
That's exactly what happened.
And Paul just straightened them on Matt?
Indeed,
Yeah.
as he should have. Because he said I caused a stumbling block, caused discord. Like, Peter, what you doing? You know better than this. Go ahead, bro. That's just exactly how I put it. You sitting there with your homeboy. Oh, you hang with the white boys now? No, I'm with the white boys, bro. No. Nigga, you were just eating with him? No, just ask him a question. I needed to help with the homework.
He probably didn't want to go at it with the Yahudim.
No, they wasn't out there. He was dead wrong. He was dead wrong. And when he went off on Peter ain't say a word. You know he was wrong. He was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do it because he didn't fool with him. He was doing it because he was worrying about what another nigga was going to say.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying about the Yahudim.
That's sour. You know what I'm saying? Because if I rock with you, I rock with you. I don't care who come around.
That's blasphemous name amongst the Gentiles, bro.
Yeah, I don't care who come around. No, there's some Hebrews will probably be mad. Y'all done had white people with show weird. I sit down and eat, man. You bet not open your mouth, nigga. Because he ain't going to have to say nothing because I'm going to say it. Oh, you standing up for the... Nah, I don't know about standing up for no white man. I'm standing up for my people. I rock with this dude. Call it what you want, nigga. Finna let nobody disrespect. You ain't no friend. You let somebody come up and disrespect your people, who you roll with, who you hang with. You's a coward. I know y'all let white people eat with you. And what, nigga? What you gonna do about it? All you gonna do is run your mouth. Oh, they love Esau. You gonna love hell in a minute. A lot of them be worried about the wrong thing. You gonna burn, boy. You know what I'm saying? We don't play them type of game. I don't care who it was. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot, Hammurabi. You know what I'm talking about? Habib. All them niggas fly around here, boy. You come get that word?
Hammurabi.
Hammurabi, nigga. Babylonian niggas. You know you were Babylonian.
I know, but
Some niggas around here, some niggas walk around here got Hammurabi for their name.
Go back to
Hey,
you said
go sit down.
during like the time of Paul, they was preaching that you had to be circumcised.
Absolutely.
Then Paul said something about just worry about.
No, I mean, he didn't say that. There was contention.
Hey.
The Yahudim were telling the Gentiles they had to be circumcised. You know what I'm saying? Now, I gotta
Paul
say,
said something like just tell them to worry about these.
no,
like,
Paul did not tell them that. That was the apostles. Paul did not tell them that. That's Acts 15. Paul is not the one who made that statement. Paul didn't have that authority. That was something they went to Peter them.
you talking about that abstain from idols?
Yeah, just tell them to worry about these for now, like
That would-
fornication,
yeah.
stain.
Yeah, because they said they read the laws and all that to them every
No, that's
Sabbath.
Acts 13, but we getting off topic and we short on time. But that's a whole nother matter. But what I'm dealing with is the fact though that the circumcision is putting off the body of sin. It was never about the foreskin of your penis. It's never about it. But if you of natural born Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then you would follow that custom. But you wouldn't tell someone that they couldn't be saved if they didn't do it. Because is Yahuwah going to condemn a man who's circumcised in his heart but not yet in his penis?
Yeah, because that's what Romans 2:25 on down with Paul.
That's all he's telling them. Like it doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. That's of the flesh. Go ahead, brother. Oh, matter of fact, that's it. That's all we need. So come on over here, right? Because we looked at a lot of this stuff last week, and we're gonna have to stop. So we know what ends up happening, right? He ends up murking him, right? And he get cast out, and the reproach cease. So then we're gonna have to turn around and look at something. It says destroy the house or the covenant, basically. Let's look at 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 11. Let me get this last word on the cast out. Or to the go forth. What we got right there, Stanley? Look, Stanley, what we got right here?
That's the yard,
So we got the hand, right?
work, create,
And what we got next to it?
the is the eye. The is the eye.
The eye.
Watch, see. Of course, the olive.
And then we got, that's the head, that's the ox. That's the strength, right? So when we sit back and we look at it, right? To go forward, because he sat back, hold on. I gotta quote it, see what it says. I don't want to quote the man, right? When he tell you to cast out the scorner and contention shall go out. So basically, when Satan is cast out, then you'll be able to see the strength of the right hand of Elohim, or you'll be able to see the son of Elohim. And therefore, you will be able to see the new covenant because all these things will cease and stop. Now you can be able to get rest. You can be able to rest in this house. Because he gave you a new house. Remember that. There was a reason why the master told you he had to destroy the temple. I got to give you a new house. Because I don't dwell in temples made with hands. Solomon was already alluding to you that the man desired to dwell in you and not in brick and mortar. Because that's all our people are caught up on. Yeah, I slid that in for you. A little plug, but we can't plug it while we're preaching. Gotta wait till it's over.
What are you talking about, Solomon?
Nah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Little slime. You know what I'm saying? Little slime. Little brick, little mortar, little slime. Little slime. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that the master said in John chapter 2, he spake of the temple of his body. He say, know ye not that your bodies are the temple of the living Elohim? Come on. Si, you know you need to stop. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, I'm going to tell your mama on you. 3 and 10. Make it 3 and 10. See, I'm going to tell you something what a lot of our people's problem is. They don't want to come to the new covenant. That's why he said, I know you. He said, you will not come to me that you might have life. They don't actually want to come to. There's nothing wrong with the old covenant, except for the fact it couldn't give you life. Other than that, there wasn't nothing wrong with it. So he had to give you something better. We don't want, that's why he say straightway nobody wants the new, because they say the old is better. That's what our people do. Go ahead, bro.
2 Corinthians 3 and 10. For even that which was made glorious have no esteem in this respect, by reason of the esteem that excelleth. For if that which is done away was more esteemed, how much more that remaineth is esteemed? Seeing that we have...
He said, if that which was done away is esteemed, how much more will come? So if that first covenant was done away was esteemed, then what you think the next one gonna be? Because that's what when we basically look at Proverbs 22 and 10, we're looking at the casting out of Satan led to a better covenant. That's basically, is that not what it's telling us? That's what it's telling us. Praise the Lamb. Praise Yahuwah. Ain't that what it's telling us? That man's sufferings and his work is everywhere. If we just slow our mind down and look. Go ahead.
It says, seeing that when we have such hope, we have great plainness of speech.
So since we have great hope, what did it say we have? Great plainness of speech. That means you can be able to see the strength of the right hand Elohim. Hold that right there. Come to John chapter 12. Just stay where you at. Because it's 5:30. And you know that lady gonna come here. And say, you niggas gotta go. Yeah. If it ain't 12, it's 7. It might, I believe it's 12.
Get away.
Get away. Because I'm ready to go home. Can't be mad at her when it's time to get off. She said, I'm ready to go home. 12 and 37. Matter of fact, make it 12 and 35. John 12 and 35. Listen to what it says. John 12 and 35. Then Yahushua said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walk in darkness know not whither he go. So you didn't know where you were going, but when the scorner was present, because the contention and strife was there. We've already looked at when we read Romans 3. We've seen who brought the strife. We've seen who brought the contention. It was Satan. He had to be cast out. We've seen how he was a scorner. We know how sin is the reproach. You know what I'm saying? We know that he is the originator of it, right? So then we sit back and look at that. Hamashiach's death is able to cast that out. And through casting that out, you're cast off the body of sin by circumcising your heart. Oh, and we didn't read the book of Yahushua, son of Nun, in the 5th chapter when he said they rolled away the reproach of Mizraim and the people were circumcised twice. Knowing that the reproach of Mizraim was rolled off when they rolled that stone off that grave, and you were circumcised twice. Because you were circumcised in your penis, now you're circumcised in your heart, which is greater. He said, while you have the light, believe in the light, that you may be children of the light. These things spake Yahushua and departed, and did hide himself from them. But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. That the saying of Yeshayahu the prophet might be fulfilled, which spake Yahuwah, who have believed our report. Who believed the word? Who have the arm of Yahuwah been revealed? So who was the arm of Yahuwah revealed to? Go and get him 1 John chapter 3 verse 1. Let's see who the arm of Yahuwah was revealed to. Still hold John chapter 12. We're going to come back. We got to get ready to wrap this up. Has this been clear to you? Y'all understand it? Praise the Lamb.
Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Elohim. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of Elohim, and it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And every man that hath this hope in him purifies himself, even as he is pure. Whosoever committeth sins transgresseth also the law.
That's a Hebrew favorite verse, right?
For sin
It's right too, though.
the transgression of the law.
It's right too, though. Go ahead.
And ye know that he was manifest to take away our sins, and
He
in
was
him
what? He was manifested to do what?
take away our sins.
So he was manifested to cast that scorn and that strife and that reproach and all that away. That's what he was made for, then what? So Proverbs 22 was telling you what the man was made to do, then what? Go ahead.
And in him is no sin.
Ain't no sin in him.
Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not.
So if you in him, you won't sin. What did he say after that?
Whosoever sinneth have not seen him, neither Knowing
So
him.
until you cast out Satan and cast off the body of sin, then you will never be able to see the strength of his right hand. That's why he said, like I said, who has seen his right? Until you cast him off, you'll never be able to see him. You'll never be able to see him. This is why that's why I made the statement, coming full circle. That's why I made the statement that dudes who don't want to deal with a Mashiach, that's why I said it. That's why I said it. See, they wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for that to come back around. That's why I said it though. Because I know what the book say. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know that in Abarim chapter 3 it says unbelieving heart is what? Not just that, truly it is though. That it's evil. And that, if that ain't sin, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Let me finish in John chapter 12. And where you was at before that, sir?
Corinthians.
Oh yeah, 2 Corinthians. It says, that the saying of Yeshayahu the prophet might be fulfilled, which spake, Yahuwah, who have believed our report, and to whom have the arm of Yahuwah been revealed. Therefore they could not believe, because that Yeshayahu said again, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes and understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. These things said Yeshayahu when he saw his esteem, and spake of him. Nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him. But because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. For they love the praise of men more than the praise of Elohim. See, I had something in Isaiah 29, and I got to go on and touch that before he finished what it is, because I got to hit that before we leave here. Isaiah 29 and 19. I got to hit that before we leave here, because it go along with it. Isaiah 29 and 19, they go along with it. And it goes along with it to the point of showing the mercy of Elohim. That's why I got to do it.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 19.
You got it. I was going
The meek also shall increase in the joy in Yahuwah, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Kadash one of Yasharal.
Didn't we talk about that last night where he say that righteousness and joy and shalom is accepted by Elohim and approved of men? So he's saying the humble, because the meek and poor talking about humble, they'll increase their joy. Those who have service of Elohim, you got to remember, before the master got killed, what were they out there doing? They were singing hymns. Remember what he told you in Nehemiah, the joy of Yahuwah is your strength. For you to have joy in the Most High, that's the strength of your faith. Go ahead, bro.
For the terrible one is brought to naught.
The who?
The terrible one is brought to naught.
What else?
And the scorner is consumed.
The scorner is what?
Consumed.
What else?
And all that watch for iniquity are cut off.
Go ahead.
That make a man an offender for a word.
Then they make the master an offender because of the word that he spoke, that they say he was a blasphemer and took him on to kill him. What else?
And lay a snare for him that reproveth in the
And
gate.
because he was correcting these people, did they not lay a snare by sending Judas to set a trap? Did they not send this man to try to catch him in his words?
And turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
To turn away the just for nothing. He turned away Hamashiach for 30 shekels of silver. Them people turned away Hamashiach because they wanted a place, a nation. Then you ask the niggas like, okay, bro, he's making this statement. Who is he talking about? Well, I know he's not talking about JC. Clown, nigga, that ain't what I asked you, nigga. So you just told me you know what it's talking about. That's when the next time when you ask somebody, if you ever ask somebody, like, well, bro, who they talking about? Well, I know it ain't JC. Thou sayest. That's what you tell him. Thou sayest. Don't go back and forth with him. That's what you tell him. Thou sayest. You just condemned yourself with your own mouth. You know it's talking about him. Because if you didn't believe it was talking about him, you wouldn't come back, because I didn't say it was talking. I might have been sincerely asking a question. I sincerely may want to know who this is talking about. Your response is, no, it's not talking about JC, it's Shai, Yeshua, whatever you call him. Clearly you know it does. Clearly you ought to burn in hell. And clearly I'm going to get me something to drink. Go ahead.
It says, therefore thus says Yahuwah, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face.
Now you say he redeemed Abraham. Well, how did he redeem Abraham? Where did you ever read Abraham getting redeemed? If you know the law, you would know where you read about him getting redeemed. Y'all know where Abraham got redeemed at? Don't nobody know where Abraham got redeemed at?
Redeemed from what?
He just told him, didn't he just say the man that who redeemed Abraham? Number one, you can look at it in the spiritual aspect, because Abraham means exalted father, and he definitely redeemed your father, because he told you that a Mashiach will be called everlasting father in Isaiah chapter 9. He redeemed Abraham when he got him out of his father's house.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But see, he didn't have to redeem Abraham. Abraham wasn't taken, Sarah was. But he redeemed Abraham from a house of sinners and set him off to the side. Called him out. He redeemed him.
No, I'm talking about redeeming him from, because he said they'd kill me. So you got,
Yeah, but see, the thing was is they took Sarah. That's the only instance where you could look at Abraham being redeemed. Y'all willing, we'll come back and look at that. He got redeemed from out of his father's house. He bought him with the word.
I was reading something in the scripture. It says the God of Terah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If his father was Terah, why would it say the God of Terah?
Just because a lot of people, Yahuwah was their God, they wasn't serving him, no. Because it said, don't the book say his father's house was they were idolaters? They were going ham.
Yeah, I know that, but I also read like it was saying the God of Terah.
You have to look at. We got to roll. You have to show them when we get done. Come on. Where we at?
We're at verse 23. But when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Kodash one of Jacob, and shall fear the Elohim of Yasharal.
That happened on Pentecost. Because didn't they see his children the work of his hands? He say he the workman, right? That's what he tell you in Ephesians 2. Come on.
They also that erred in the Ruach shall come to understand it, and they that murmured shall learn
That's what happened
doctrine.
on Pentecost. Them people had them erred and murmured, and they learned doctrine, and they came to understand it that Yahushua was the Mashiach. That's what they came to. Why? Because they were willing to cast off that sin so they could see the right hand of his strength. And what is strength? Is trust in Yahuwah, is joy in Yahuwah. That's your strength. Faith is what will cause you to see the right hand of Elohim. Faith come by hearing, and hearing come by the word of Elohim. You know, Job told you that. He said, I've heard you with the ear, now my eye has seen. Say, Baruch to those who have not seen, yet have believed. So faith is what will cause you to see this man. And the only reason why you're going to be able to see this man is because you've destroyed the house of sin to become a part of the new covenant. That's what he's teaching you about. Because you cast the scorner out, and you were able to go forth. Come on and finish that 2 Corinthians chapter 3. We out of here.
2 Corinthians chapter 3.
What verse is that? Side, cut it out, girl. Nobody believes you.
We at verse 12.
2 Corinthians 3 and 12, everybody.
Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Not as Mashah, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Yasharah could not steadfastly look to the end of which that was abolished.
So they couldn't see that which was destroyed. They couldn't see it. Come on.
But their minds were blinded, for unto this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in the Mashiach.
Done away. It's destroyed. We're not going to stop right there. I got another place. Go ahead.
But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart. Nevertheless, when it shall be turned to Yahuwah, the veil shall be taken away. Now Yahuwah is that Ruach.
So you notice when they turn to Yahuwah, to the Master, to Mashiach, then that veil will be taken away and they can see. And they can see.
And where the Ruach of Yahuwah is, there is liberty. But we all, with open face, beholding as in a glass the esteem of Yahuwah, are changed into the same image from esteem to esteem, even by the Ruach of
That way you
Elohim.
will be able to resemble a child of the king. And that's what he just said. And the two key things of what we looked at last night was doing what? Becoming a servant, right? And the second one would be to cast off sin from you. Then you would actually be able to resemble a child or a son or a daughter of the king. Abarim 8 and 7. Praise the Lamb. And I forgot what, and you know what's crazy? He was just looking for something and just happened to see they had Minister Society. Oh, they got ministers. I ain't seen it in a long time.
Abarim 8 and 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for a
If
second.
the first covenant was faultless, there would be no need for him to destroy that to make a new one. Because the first covenant had things attached to a physical tabernacle, correct? According to Exodus 25, according to the temple that Solomon built, all them ordinances was attached to that first covenant, right? Had to be a physical house for these offerings and sacrifices to be made. So what did he do? He took his son and made him that tabernacle to execute this. Go ahead.
For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Yasharal,
He'll
with the
make
house
a
of
new.
Yehuda.
So to make something new, you got to just get rid of something else. Come on.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hands and led them out of the land of Mitzrayim, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said Yahuwah. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Yasharal after those days, says Yahuwah. I will put my law in their minds and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a Elohim, and they shall be to me a people.
Go ahead.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahuwah, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful unto their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more.
That wasn't a part of it. So guess what that means? He got rid of your sins. He got rid of your faults. I'm talking about us as a nation and us as individuals. And he gave you the Ruach. Go ahead.
In that he said, a new covenant he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away.
It's ready to be destroyed. And therefore you can enter into eternal life and become the sons of Elohim. Hallelujah for Yahushua, the word. Stop it right there. Everybody on the stream, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Bless y'all out the house. Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Cut this thing off because we got